Hello everyone and welcome. Today we have a kind of a random stream, a random Tuesday stream as it's been coined in chat. I love it. But essentially today we're just going to be doing best of 3 showdowns between some of your favorite players in the community. So certainly going to be a lot of fun, an opportunity to get to see some, yes, there's not as many stakes as like a big tournament, but you get to see some cool builds, and players, of course, will be in that competitive format of a best of 3. So essentially we're just grabbing folks doing best of 3 showdowns. We're going to get one done, go to another one. It's not going to be an ascending tournament, but rather it's going to be like showcase matches or show matches, much like when you see in StarCraft or Warcraft 3, you see like kind of pro players have like show matches with one another. It's going to be just like that. So guys, thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see all of your friendly faces here in chat today. And without further ado, let's not mess around any longer. Let us get right into the business. We're going to be jumping into our first match of the day, which is going to be King of the Dead versus Zero and a best of 3 showdown. So it looks like, and also we're doing King's Cup rules, and individuals are doing double bans. So today we're kind of doing a dry run for double bans to see how that works out. So King of the Dead picked Vampire Coast first. Now instead of the usual single ban, he gets the double ban. So I'm not sure what he banned with his other 2 picks, but nonetheless, it is time. Let us get ready to party and start when ready. I just like rub some like icy hot stuff in my hands and it's like burning my eyes. Joey B says, hey Turin, if each of the 4 main characters with Charlie, Frank counting as one in Always Sunny in Philadelphia were Chaos Gods. Oh dude, that is a really good question. I love that one, man. Okay. So Dennis would be Slaanesh for sure. Cause he's like all about, Dennis would be Slaanesh. Danny DeVito would probably be, I don't know, Danny DeVito and Charlie are kind of in the same boat. Right? Cause they're both kind of like nergly, I think. Yeah, man, that's a really tough question. Danny DeVito would probably be... Now, who's the schemer? Dennis kind of has some like Tzeentch characteristics too. Because Mac is kind of just like brutish, so he would probably be like a Khorne type character. I mean, even though he'd probably be Khorne. And then I think that Danny DeVito would have to be... He might be like Tzeentch. Charlie would probably be more of a Nurgle type guy. Like, he's always like cleaning out the rats and the trash from like the like he's the dirty one in the crew, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah, King of the Dead does stream, and after the stream, we'll make sure to link to his respective channel. And if any of you admins want to link to King of the Dead's channel, please do so. Yeah, so no screen blocker here. We're looking all good in the hood. It is time. Here we go. Thank you guys so much for joining. This is the first best of 3 of the day. D has to be Tzeentch because stupid bird. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But that's like the only thing. She doesn't really scheme much. I mean, I guess she does. Is she really? I guess she manipulates. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I can see D Reynolds being Tzeentch because she like manipulates Rickety Cricket into like losing his faith and then like all that. And it's a manipulation thing. That's kind of Tzeentch, right? So, yeah, that's really good. But yeah, guys, today's just best of 3 showcase matches. It's going to be a lot of fun. Very excited to be here. Did you put my hair bleach? No, Anna, I didn't. There's my lovely wife here in chat. No, I use that Teifu stuff you have. It's like the massage thing. I think it's the Chinese one. Anna. But I just kind of rubbed a little on before the stream. That didn't sound right, but you know what? We're not going to ask questions. Just roll with it. Yeah, good times. So this is not King of the Hill. Today we're just doing show matches. So it's just players playing best of 3s, and then the next player comes up. We actually have the return of one of the prodigal sons of the Total War Warhammer community later today. We're going to have Zyphus versus Onyage. So that's going to be really fun. That's going to be our 3rd match of the day, which is going to be a best of 3. And yeah, and then we have a couple more, of course, which are also going to be very good. Matt, we'll get you a Discord link. And just hang out in the Discord, honestly. And that's how you get involved in these events. So, guys, for the army of King of the Dead here against the Dwarves. Now, this is traditionally a relatively hard matchup for the Vampire Coast. So we're going to see how this goes. In the front line, he's got zombie part deckhand mobs. Definitely some good stuff. Zombies, they do the trick. They take a beating. Always a good time. And here in the secondary line, we do also have a Mourngul Haunter. So the Mourngul Haunter actually doesn't do magic damage. So he's a pretty decent armor-piercing tool against the Dwarves. However, he's a little bit vulnerable to missile fire and that type of stuff. He only has 40 armor. So Quarrelers, Bugman's Rangers, any sort of missile fire will pepper him. But he can be a terror for sure. Animated Hulks here. So we got the Haggard build coming in from King. He's one like to try and make bombers work and all these different things like that. And it's wild. you know, he's coming in with the Hulks. And that's what's cool about these showcase matches, right? There's not as much at stake, like some prize at the end of the tournament. So players are going to be trying builds that they might be a little bit afraid to try normally, but, you know, it's a way to discover new things, which is quite cool. Hulks here, we do have Celostra Direfin here in the back. She's going to be summoning crabs. She has Vangeist Revenge and Tide Call. What year is this? No Invocation of Nehek for this vampire build, it doesn't look like. There's one mortar in the back to probably shoot missiles. Oh, a bloated corpse hiding in the trees. Not sure how that's going to work out. Dwarves have cannons and plenty of missile pressure to kind of shoot those guys down. So the bloated corpse is a wild pick, but King of the Dead, always the hero of the people. Here on the far side, he does also have a Scurvy Dog and a second Scurvy Dog, which is going to be super essential. So it's a wild army for sure. It does have enough AP, though. It has the Hulks plus the Celostra and the glorious bloated corpse, of course. And that's pretty much it. Lotus, I know, Lotus, you got to stay up for it. It's going to be great. Yes, the glorious Lady Turin joins us, graces us with her presence today. My lovely wife. And here we go. For the dwarves in the front line, it's going to be miners, dwarf warriors, and a couple groups of rangers as well. So it looks like the secondary line of firing for the dwarves is going to be quarrelers, rangers in the front of the vanguard, which is pretty standard. One group of thunders, which is going to be good. So the thunders plus the cannon should give him ample armor piercing to deal with the giant enemy crabs, but yeah, it's a pretty well-rounded dwarf army. Honestly, fairly, you know, standard competitive stuff. Runesmith and a Rune Lord and a double Runesmith, which I'm not sure if that's legal in the rules, but anyways, for today, it's not a big deal. Slayers, and he does also have the Dragonback Slayers. So, nice little match here, guys. It's going to be fun. It is time. I don't know if King of the Dead has tried to make shotguns work. I know he's a huge fan of the bombers, and also I think he likes to use these animated Hulks quite a bit, which is going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm not really sure. It's going to be a fun time, to say the least. So here it goes. They can start when ready. Start when ready. No need to wait. Welcome, everyone, to the stream. First match of the day. King of the Dead facing off against Zero. We have the dwarves. And now, normally, most people in chat, at least most people here in the community, tend to kind of cheer for the dwarves, right? You're like, oh, yeah, we love the dwarves. But in this case, it's going to be pretty hard to root against King of the Dead with the animated Hulks, a bloated corpse, Celostra on her crab. It's certainly a tough one here. Two of my favorite factions facing off, which is always a good time. So the Rangers are going to be shooting in after the Scurvy Dogs, getting a couple poking shots. The Scurvy Hounds shall run into the tree line. They should be relatively safe here. And yes, this is the first match of the day, my friends. First time. You guys are here in time. You haven't missed anything. So here in the front, you can see the Rangers are going to be shooting downtown into the Fellbats. And the Fellbats are taking a little bit of a beating for sure. Unnecessary for sure. I mean, I guess a little bit of ammunition was wasted, but these guys, you know, I mean, the battle's going to be pretty fast and furious, I think. I think King of the Dead doesn't have a build that's going to last super long. I mean, it's going to get in there and win, or get in there and, well, I mean, I guess most battles against dwarves tend to last quite long anyways, just because of how tanky and how good their leadership is. But, oh, King with the distraction card effects in the back. He's able to get in with the Hounds, so King of the Dead actually kills the cannon with the two Hounds. Now, the Hounds cost about 500 apiece. So, at the cost of getting the cannon, arguably, the cannon is a little bit, if he's able to get both of them, but King has such good Hound micro, it's pretty insane. Look at him just doing a big loop-de-loo, and oh, look at this big disgusting dwarven blob right here. Oh, if there was a Vangeist Revenge nearby, that would just be pure punishment. But King of the Dead is able to get away with those Hounds somehow. I can't believe it. What a beast. So maybe the Fellbat micro in the front was a complete, you know, distraction card effects. So in the meantime, the Hounds have gotten in the cannon, which is really going to suck for the dwarves, because now Celostra, the only thing that can really hammer her down is going to be the Thunders, which, you know, if King is able to shut down, he's going to be in good shape. The Mortars are also shooting in, doing some good work against the Rangers, but guys, check this. Now that the Dwarven cannon is 100% shattered, the Vampire Coast doesn't have to advance. They can simply just use the Mortar and force the dwarves in, unless the dwarves want to just sit still and weather that storm for the entire battle. Yeah, he's really good at Scurvy Dogs, for sure. King of the Dead. Like, whenever you play him, the main thing you have to watch out for is just look out for the Scurvy Dogs. Like, or just harass or hound units. Just always make sure to have your stuff amply protected in the back, because he is very aggressive with those guys. And yes, I actually spoke to King of the Dead, confirmed it with him. He does not use hot groups. So he goes in raw. He just does it all manually, which is even more a testament to his micro abilities. Imagine if he used control groups. But yeah, very, very good player here. So Scurvy Dog's going to be coming in for another. King, looks like Zero might be able to get a Rune of Wrath and Ruin on these dogs and finish them off. Although the Rangers will take a little bit of damage. They're lightly armored. Oh, no, but it looks like the dogs pull back at the last second. Definitely a good choice there, but the blasting charges are going to be doing a little bit of work against those guys. But in the meantime, the Mortars are doing well. The harass units for King, he still has some Scurvy Dogs on the far side, some Fellbats. The Mortars still running in some of that hot fire. You know what I'm really eager about in this battle? Is to see how well the animated Hulks do, because they're such like a strange unit. I mean, I guess for the cost, like if you look at them on paper, you're like, oh, that's not bad. You get like 7,000 HP, you get decent armor piercing. but I guess their combat stats are quite low. But they did get a buff. They used to be even worse. They were like in the low 20s. So King is going to be pulling back here. He hasn't lost too much. Some of the Scurvy Dogs probably going to be crumbling off the battlefield. But again, the mortars are going to be generating value here. So you can see the mortars up in the sky still shooting in. And the dwarves do not have a cannon. I mean, I guess the dwarves probably took about, oh, yeah, he's going after the thunders, which is smart. You need to finish those guys off. The cannon crew is shotted off the battlefield. So based on what we can see in terms of overall damage, King has certainly come out ahead. I mean, he's lost one Scurvy Dog here. These ones will crumble, so that's about 550 gold. I mean, it's about equal in terms of gold loss, to be honest. Yeah, it's about equal. It really just comes down to getting rid of something that can counter your big units. So Salasha is going to be waiting. Man, I cannot wait to see some Vangeist Revenge. And the reason why King is trying to pull him in here is because he wants to get him with the Bloated Corpse. If the Bloated Corpse has to run into open field where it's not hidden, you guys can see right now it's actually hidden, so the dwarves can't see this. But if he's able to pull the dwarves like right here, the corpse is going to be able to run through the trees and get a really good engagement. But it looks like King is going to be advancing, probably saving the Bloated Corpse for the late game. That's honestly not a bad idea. Save it for the late game when like it's just a bunch of infantry stacked on top of your crab, which is usually the case, and get those guys in. So firstly, the animated hulks are going to be taking some heavy fire coming in from the rangers and the corralers and company. But so far, so good. They're holding on. These crab people. I guess they're kind of crab people. Definitely very Lovecraftian in terms of the aesthetics on those guys. And the Morgul Hunter is going to be charging in as well. And he is just a gnarly unit to deal with. The Slayers are going to have to get in and kind of chop him down. So he's getting his wacky inflatable arms doing some work, and it looks like Salastra is going to be dropping a crab summon in the back. Yeah, Rotting Promethean. So Rotting Promethean summon is going to be coming down. Very good cast right on top of all these troops here. And the bats are also going to be swooping into the back, trying to break the thunders. That's the biggest thing. King realizes in terms of target priority, like the only thing that can really punish Salastra, aside from the Slayers, and even them, it's not going to be so bad because of her armor, is going to be the Thunder. So if you can finish those guys off, it's going to be quite important. The animated hulks in the front line are doing pretty good, actually. They're going to be beating down a lot of these dwarf warriors, and with the support of zombies, if they're not left alone, they can actually do some okay work. So in the meantime, Big Angry Crab Lady is in the back. She's taking a couple attacks from the Rune Lord and the Rune Smith here, and you can see there's just a massive, massive Rotting Promethean beatdown squad right here. But these guys are going to be disappearing relatively soon. But King, ever the terror in the night, just dogs coming in everywhere. So Scurvy Dog's going to be swooping into the Rangers in the back. God, his micro with these hounds is just so incredibly good. So Salastra is going to be getting slapped with the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. It's not going to be terribly devastating. Okay. Drop everything you're doing. You can see here the Damned Knights Errant in the back have attacked the Quarrelers. But more importantly, guys, we have Longbeards about to get Bloated Corpse. Here we go. Here comes the Reckoning. Oh, yes. Here it comes. And boom. The beautiful shot right there. The Longbeards get taken from full health to 0. So that was actually worth it. The Bloated Corpse only costs like 500 gold against Longbeards, who I think are like 700 something. So the Longbeards do get shreked pretty bad. And in the meantime, the Dwarven back line looks to be in shambles. The Rangers are just getting taken out by just hordes of angry crabs and summons. The summons will be disappearing relatively soon. You can see they have about half duration on this one. So it looks like that was the second summon. But it looks like Vampire Coast is doing quite well in many aspects of the battle. I think his Scurvy Dogs are mostly offline. The Damned Knight Errant could be used to actually chase off these missile units back here, which would probably be the better choice. And you can see the Damned Knights Errant are going to be going after this other group of Rangers, trying to terrify those guys. The edge of the map is not too far away, but these guys probably will disappear before they could chase them off. But yeah, this is good. If King grabs his Fellbats and chases off these very healthy missile units back here, that's going to be super important. Now down here, the animated hulks are still going strong, still clubbing some of these guys. And man, they're pretty giant. I never really looked at them this close. It's been some time, but these guys are doing some work. Beautiful stuff. So right here, you can see the animated hulks are going to be getting just deep into those guys right there. And here in the back, the Damned Knights Errant doing some pretty good work. Over here, we have some more hulks who are going to be just going to pound town on the Longbeards, but Longbeards are quite durable. You can see they're holding relatively well against these zombies. Probably going to be able to hold these zombies and maybe beat the animated hulks. That would be pretty intense. The hulks without support certainly have some problems. Now, the balance of power has just been ebbing back and forth. It's actually a little bit in favor of the dwarves, somehow, some way. I think it's just because the summons for the Vampire Coast are wearing off and animated hulks are just inherently a terrible unit. So I think the fact that the animated hulks are starting to get caught by Slayers, this is like a horrible situation. Slayers with their 40 melee attack plus their bonus first large will just shrek these hulks. And you can see the hulks are being taken down pretty bad. So the Dawi, they're holding on. They're coming back, guys. The dwarves are not giving up in this fight despite being bloated corpsed early. They're just getting in there, and the Slayers are giving the business, and now all we really have is Salastra. I mean, hulks are just, God, they're such a bad unit. They're just so bad. I mean, they were just beating on those guys forever, and they barely got any damage in. Yeah, the hulks are anchoring the line. I don't think so. Not anymore, man. But anyway, Salastra here is going to be tough to take down. Granted, there still are 46 Dragonback Slayers, which is probably going to be enough. Here on the far side, you can see there's some Rangers shooting in. It looks like some Rangers coming back over here as well. Very good play here by King, though, getting these guys and chasing them off. Zero is also doing a very good job kind of rallying here. Despite a very rough initial opening of getting his backline compromised so heavily, his infantry were able to kind of sustain, and there wasn't enough AP to really punch through all his front line. And you can see the Longbeards are still holding on, Dwarf Warriors are holding on. There's just so much going on in the front line, which is going to be a little bit tough. So we got the crab. Soloster's trying. Zero's coming in with the Dwarven Horde. The Dwarven Horde. It's going to be charging down here and probably dragging this crab back into the depths. You can see up in the sky, Soloster's going to be dancing, having some fun. Some of the Hulks are going to continue fighting, but it looks like that's going to be all she wrote. Animated Hulks here. It looks like there's 11 of these guys. And yeah, that's that. That is that. Look at those sweet guys going quietly. The Hulks got a whopping 29 kills. Great stuff. Yeah. I like that in the comments, Joey. The Hulks are weighing down the army, so kind of like anchoring. Yeah, that's very true. Soloster Direfin's going to be, making her last stand, and she's done pretty good for herself. Her summons have been very good this entire game in terms of pressuring the dwarves, and you can see right here, King is actually trying to push off a lot of the rangers and these other troops. Maybe King is saving for a Vangeist Revenge. I just still don't think he's going to be able to get back in the game. There's too many Slayers left for the dwarves. I mean, the Dragonback Slayers alone are going to be super tough to deal with. Soloster is getting pretty close to, the end. She's at about 45%, give or take, in terms of HP. Felbats, again, are going to be attacking Quarrelers. Might be able to get them off the battlefield. The Quarrelers are taking a little bit of poking damage. Quarrelers are relatively tough, though. They do have 80 armor and pretty good melee defense as far as their unit type goes. And Soloster is going to be... What the hell was that? What was that? Was that like a Tide Call or something? I don't even know what year this is. What spell? Yeah, the Bloated Corpse got in and did a ton of damage, But alas, I think King just didn't have enough punch in the rest of his army. His micro was super good, but it just goes to show that animated Hulks are just terrible. So, they tried, but they just couldn't punch through the front line. That's what needed to happen. Like, at that point in the game, he did a really good job compromising the back line, but and his Haunter died really quick, so Zero must have done a really good job focusing down the Haunter with his missile units. I mean, he got the cannon right away, he was able to shut down a lot of the missiles, but the Dwarven infantry just held firm, and the Slayers, of course, were MVPs. Once these zombies were gone, the Slayers just took those Hulks to Pound Town, which was crazy. So we did get the surprise Bloated Boy. He did a really good job. So let's update the scoreboard for this best of 3 showdown here. And King of the Dead is going to go up 1-0 here in this showcase. Not King of the Dead, sorry. I thought Zero was on this side for some reason. But he's on the other side. The Proud Dawi. Well played there to Zero. And we'll jump into the next match here. So Zero's going to be going for Chaos. And double ban. We're doing double bans today. So normally it's a single ban, but today we're going to be doing double. And it looks like he's going to be banning Empire and Wood Elves. Both are factions which King of the Dead doesn't play. So he's probably going to be going with like Tomb Kings or something like that, I would imagine. And we'll be on Kelp and Coal Dust for the next map. Optimus Pine said, I never thought I'd say this, but the animated Hulks are actually worse than the Bloated Corpse. I don't know. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. And we have a new member here on the channel. Raphael. Man, is it Raphael? I hope it is. Raphael, thank you for sponsoring the channel. Much appreciated. Enjoy your new emojis. And again, appreciate your support as always. The animated Hulgans YouTube thumbnail. Oh my god. Norska pretty good. Yeah, Norska has a couple hard matchups, but for the most part, I think Norska is a very competent faction with a lot of good units. Yes. So, start when ready. Stream for half hour of my work break. Win. Matt Hardy, I got you covered, man. I got you covered. All right, so let me go ahead and double check here. So we have 4 best of 3s today. That's going to be the schedule. So it's going to be King of the Dead versus Zero, Pounder versus Flying Taco, Zyphus versus Onyage, and then we got A Move Hacker versus Floridian Fool. No, this is just a showcase stream. So we're just doing matches, just players getting to try stuff out, and you get to see them in a competitive format, which is always fun. No worries, man. Appreciate it, Drew Martin. Thank you for the kind words, man. I'm going to ready up here, and in the meantime, I'm going to get some water because I'm very thirsty. Milk was indeed a bad choice, my friends, and I will be right back. Ugh. Yeah, Zyphus versus Onyage is going to be the third match of the day. So Onyage says he hasn't played in quite some time, but of course he's a legend of the Total War Warhammer community, or Total War, I should say, as is Zyphus. So it's going to be a fun match. So Astardi says, Turin, Legend of Total War is streaming a tournament on Saturday. He's looking for people to join. Probably not this weekend, man. And yeah, playing in tournaments is a little bit tough if they're long. But yeah, if he has any questions about, you know, the format or rules and things like that, he's more than welcome to message me. Writing your thesis, huh? Or watching me? Well, you know, my stream's only going to be like 2 hours, give or take, so... I did go to a water cooler. Oh, that's right, I didn't turn the sound off. Yeah, we have like a water cooler in the fridge that like chills the water. It's quite nice. You've been streaming a lot more now? No, it's just, I don't know, I've just been having the impulse to stream more, to be honest, Ninja Hunt. Yeah, I'm definitely missing my wife. It's, as soon as I finish streaming or working for the day, I just kind of stare at the wall until like midnight, go to bed, and rinse and repeat. Or I go play Warhammer Tabletop. I actually have a Warhammer game tonight. It's going to be my Death Guard facing off against, I believe, Death Watch. That's going to be a fun match. That'll be really cool. All right, guys, and here we are. Game 2 between King of the Dead and Zero. So Zero's currently up a game. King is on the ropes, but he's coming in with a very serious build now. So last game, he memed very hard with Vampire Coast. He brought a bloated corpse, he brought animated hulks, but this time he is all business. So for King in the front line, it's going to be 4 groups of Marauder champions with great weapons, or 3 actually, which are a very good choice. These guys have good AP, good durability. They're going to be quite solid. On top of that, he does also have a Shaman Sorcerer with Death. Death is very good against the Warriors of Chaos. If they bring elite troops, you can Buna them. If they bring Chaos Knights, you can Buna them. Spirit Leech is very good against Shaggus. He does also have Throg for anti-large, very good at dueling the big monsters. Double Feral Mammoth, Throwing Axes, and a bunch of Hounds, because that is, of course, the King of the Dead special, is the Hound Micro. So the Hounds are going to be surging forward, and that's going to give him some really good answers against his skirmishing play. So the Marauder Horseman potentially could be shut down if his Micro is on point with the dog. So it looks like he does have the Beast of Tashnar, plus also some Norskin Ice Wolves. Are the Beasts of Tashnar here? No. It looks like it's just regular Norskin Warhounds, actually, so no beasts. The Double Feral Mammoth is actually pretty scary, especially with Death Magic. This is like a really nasty goon squad back here. So anyway, some of the Javelins are going to be coming in to the front of the Marauder Champions. At least they have some armor to mitigate it. It's better than the Mammoths, and that's why King is kind of moving his army up ahead a little bit, so the Javelins aren't going to be going into the big juicy Mammoths. Chaos, of course, does have the skirmishing potential, so they're going to be falling back. Norskin can catch them for the most part, and you can see some of the Hounds are going to be charging over here. Norskin Warhounds, if they can catch those Chaos Warhounds, they will annihilate them. Norskin Ice Wolves are incredibly strong compared to the Warhounds here. So the forces of Chaos, I guess they're both the forces of Chaos, are going to be advancing here. And here come the Marauder Horsemen. So the Marauder Horsemen are going to be throwing some of their Javelins here against the Warhounds as well. King just using them to kind of screen, minimizing the damage that the Mammoths are taking. But Zero has a nice little defensive formation. Oh, look at this. Zero in the back has the Weird Spawn. Awesome stuff from Zero. And to the front line, he's got Chaos Warriors. He has Double Shaggoth and Kolek, and also a Shadowcaster. And Pendulum's going to be really good here. Melkos, he doesn't have Pendulum, but the Melkos is going to be very good for the big monster duels. Now, really good stuff here from Zero. He is wearing down the Marauder Champions. Again, a very high-value target, but the front line of Zero is quite strong. I mean, 4 Chaos Warriors with great opens will most certainly be able to kind of hold in this fight. Plus 2 of the Marauders to take the initial beating. Really good stuff. So I believe Zero is actually a Chaos main, so we're going to be seeing some really strong builds out of him here. So the Chaos Warriors are going to be surging forward. We do have our Monster Mash on the front line. The big Angry Mammoth is going to be coming in as well, and both players are going to be throwing all of the spaghetti at the wall. It's this big, giant Angry Mammoth does jump in, and they're able to Shrek the front line pretty quick. The Marauders buckle and run. Now the Shaggies, though. The Shaggies need to get in here. The Marauder Horsemen need to fall back. Oh, and the Weird Spawn are coming in as well. Weird Spawn do have Armor Sundering, if I'm not mistaken. Granted, the Mammoths don't have much armor to begin with. So firstly, there's going to be an Enfeebling Foe going down on this Feral Mammoth, which is great, putting its melee defense down to 3, which is going to make it a very easy target for Kolek. Now, in the back line, ooh, look at this. Zero with very, very good Hound Micro. The Chaos Warhounds are able to get in the back and finish off the Marauder Hunters, it looks like. So, man, really, really good play there in the back line. In the meantime, some of the Warhounds for King of the Dead are going to be sweeping around the back. Both players are essentially compromising the back line of the other player. And you can see here some Norskin Warhounds have gotten on the Shadow Sorcerer. And it's just a Monster Mash here in the middle. So one Feral Mammoth is already dead, pretty much. I mean, it's offline. So Zero with a really good isolation. He's able to get that Enfeebling Foe. He's able to beat down that Feral Mammoth. And Throg is trying his best to kind of work on this other Shaggoth here, but he's really not having that good of a time. Now, some Hounds in the back, still getting a good wrap here. It looks like some of the Norskin Ice Wolves are going to be chasing off the Marauder Horsemen, which is a really good grab. But it looks like Zero is in a pretty dominant position in this game as he's able to get the jump in that big monster fight. The first Mammoth is taken down very heavily by the Dragon Ogre beatdown squad. The Weird Spawn are giving a little bit of mass here to kind of block up Throg. And Throg Daddy's trying his heart out, but I just don't think Norska has the tools to deal with this. Chaos have won the frontline engagement as well. They haven't had an overwhelming amount of units there. Plus the back line, the Hunters just got taken offline super quick by the Hound play of Zero. So it looks like that's going to be a relatively quick 2-0 here. Although King is kind of clawing his way back a little bit. He does have Throg Daddy, Kolek's getting low, and the Dragon Ogre Shagathir is also getting a little bit low. He still has some champions fighting, but I just don't see it happening. I think Kolek and the other Shagath are just going to be doing too much work, and a nice Spirit Leech going down as well on Kolek there, it was a Kolek, I think it was Kolek. But the Mammoth is going to break, and it is going to get one last nice attack here into the Sorcerer, but now it's pretty much Throg Daddy versus the world. There are some Hounds in the back which are doing a good job chasing down the Marauder Horsemen, at least keeping them away from the Mammoths, but really the name of the game comes down to the monster fight. And it was actually, relatively close in the end. This one Dragon Ogre Shagath almost died, Kolek got very low, but the fact that, the first Mammoth got beaten down so badly and wasn't able to get any of its money's worth in this fight was the reason why King of the Dead, I believe, lost this game. So that's going to be it. Today it's going to be Zero with the 2-0. Really good play from him. He did an awesome job. And remember, guys, players are experimenting with new builds today, so you might not be seeing the usual competitive stuff, but nonetheless, great showcase there. So, guys, that's going to be the 2-0 for Zero in the first best of 3 of the day. And for the next one, we are going to be jumping over to the next match. Yeah, it's happening. It is time. So next we have Pounder and Flying Taco in this next match here. All right, so let's open it up. So Pounder and Flying Taco, if you guys can join up, that would be much appreciated. And in the meantime, we'll update the scoreboard here. So well played in our first best of 3 of the day. We'll see who joins first, actually, because it does depend on which side they're on. So these guys certainly some solid players. King of the Dead is in chat. Says, King, man, you get props for using the for the glorious bloated corpse attempt. I mean, that was a brave move, my friend. All right, so let us go ahead and find the players here. Get Flying Taco in here. I believe I have Pounder on the friends list. Let me go tag him in Discord to make sure he knows. Yes, it is time. Taco, he better not disgrace the lizards again. Oh man, when did that happen? When did that happen? Someone memed too hard, yes. Zero played really well though. His play in that last game was incredible. Zero did a really good job with his target priority and getting those big engagements. Should be there. All right, so 1 second here, guys. We're just going to get this set up here in just a moment. Joey B, thank you for sponsoring the channel, man. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the party. Life is good. It is time. Yeah, Zero, you played really well. That Chaos game was really solid, man. That was really, really solid. All right, guys, we're just getting everyone squared away here. I wish the frickin' what's it called was a little bit more efficient, to be honest. I wish you could just see games. Like, it's so weird how you have to like sometimes add people and stuff like that. All right, cool. We're just getting them all added, and then we'll be jumping into the next game for today. Samuel Gross, thank you for the donation, my friend. Cool. So we got Pounder added. And he'll be joining in just a second. Just paid the troll toll, time to get in the hole, says Joey B. Dude, I love It's Always Sunny. It's one of the best shows ever. Lady Turner and I have to watch that. when she gets back. It's been something that we always like talk about, but it never quite comes to fruition. But for anyone who hasn't seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it's like one of the best shows ever. Like, it is so goddamn funny. Oh man, Samuel Gross, thank you for the donation, man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, my friend. I hope Flying Taco brought his donkey and parrot. What? Pipes, thanks for the donation, man. For the 2, for the fat 2. All right, so let's see here. Oh, maybe my friends list is full or something? Hold on. And Tama, let's see. Okay. 1 second here. No, I just made room. So we'll get you now. Hold on, guys. All right, Pounder, it should be good now. All right, guys, we have another donation, a fat one, a fat erect donation coming in from our boy Tom and 10, also a sponsor on the channel, man. So thank you for the double up. Hit that like button, people. Great to catch a stream again. Welcome, man. And again, thank you for your support. It does mean a lot. And yeah, we're here. It's going to be fun. Another best of 3 showdown. Looks like we finally worked out some technical kinks. He should be on my friends list now. God, it's so dumb. So freaking dumb. All right, we got him. We got him. We'll give him the password to make sure he can get in. And we are in. So Taco picks and bans first. Double ban today. So we're trying out the double ban. So it's going to be Flying Taco, maybe playing Beastmen. Now, as far as the map goes, we can go ahead and switch on to, I don't know, what kind of map do we want to do? We could do Oakenhammer. Oakenhammer's a classic. Let's do that. We'll do a little Oakenhammer action. That's like one of the first maps I ever played, actually. Maxwell Merrick, the people demand a 40k army video. I'm making a Death Guard army and need advice. Well, Maxwell, firstly, thank you so much for the $5 donation. And secondly, if you have any questions about Death Guard, please feel free to ask them in chat. I just woke up like an hour ago, like right before the stream, so bear with me, guys, as I get my bearings. Usually by like the second or third best of 3, I'm a little bit more awake. Lotus Moon says we need some elves. Perhaps there could be some elves. I know Pounder loves to play the Empire. That's his favorite faction, so I'm sure we'll be seeing that. I'll pick Beastman, and he bans Counts and Coasts. Okay. So Pounder picks now. He's probably going to go Empire, I would imagine. The Slanesh bots have arrived. Oh no. Anna, did you summon them? Perhaps. Yeah, Maxwell, I'm pretty knowledgeable about Death Guard, for sure, and Chaos in general. So if you have any questions about them, let me know. I play in a competitive league, and I take it pretty seriously. So let me know if you have any questions, man. Smite the Slanesh bots. Smite them. Oh, die Slanesh scum, says Pipes. It's a grudgeon. All right. Already the Empire as well. Good luck, man. So start anytime. And Daniel, thank you for the 50 SEK, paying the troll toll all day, baby. Pay it up. I play 2,000 points in 40k. I have 2 armies. I have one that is, well, I have more than that. I play Death Guard and Black Legion. So I usually mix them in. Sometimes I play Alpha Legion mixed in there as well, and Thousand Suns. So yeah. I mean, we have a little bit of downtime now, so if you guys want to ask any questions about 40k, please let me know. I'm more than happy to rant about 40k all day. I have a game tonight, which should be fun. The bat rep, yeah, I need to get that. I would like to get a bat rep on the channel. It's just I don't have good lighting equipment, nor do I have a good handheld camera, so it's kind of like it looks crappy when I film it. Anna says she only summons the Slanesh powers in bed. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey Gret, what's going on? Stream time. Yeah, and again, Daniel, thank you so much for the donation, and also thank you for paying the troll toll. I should just make that the donation sound, the Danny DeVito troll toll thing. Although if he said the full thing. Lotus Moon says, man, admin's deleting the links too fast. I wanted to watch those videos. Sorry to hear it can't run on your computer. AB, I would love to fight your Imperial Guard if you're located in Los Angeles. I'm not too worried about Deathwatch, to be honest. Kill Team's okay. I prefer the bigger battles. I travel to local tournaments in Los Angeles usually. I don't go too far. No, I do plan on doing that in the future, though. Traveling to like big tournaments like LVO and Adepticon. But yeah, right now. So honestly, the Dark Imperium starter box isn't that good if you want to have a competitive army for Death Guard. It has, if you're casual to semi-competitive or to like semi or middle of the road play, it's okay. But the best units in Death Guard are Plague Burst Crawlers. They're really good. I would highly recommend getting them. I would get a Demon Prince of Nurgle, and then I would get 10 Blightlord Terminators as like your starting core of your army for Death Guard, and you're going to be in good shape. Those units are really good. And for the Blightlord Terminators, you need to get a squad of 10, so you can get 2 Flails of Corruption. Those are like one of the best units in the entire game, or weapons in the entire game. They're so good. But yeah, I run a Death Guard army. Honestly, though, the best thing for Death Guard, is, aside from Plague Burst Crawlers, are the Forge World Dreadnoughts. So Leviathan Dreadnoughts with dual Butcher Cannons, or Contemptor Dreadnoughts with dual Butcher Cannons, or Derrideos. Any of them work, really. But those are really like, because Death Guard lacks heavy shooting, so a lot of times you kind of just get dragged through the mud in very long battles, and it takes a while to get to your opponent because you're very slow. But if you bring Leviathan Dreadnoughts, it makes up for it, and your army's just going to be super strong. Oh, overlay names. That's right. We need to update those. Okay. Thank you, Lotus. I was waiting for them to join, and then... So we have Flying Taco. We'll say Taco. Because his full name won't like fit here anyway, so. And he's going to be facing off against Pounder. The Pounder. I believe Pounder is from Finland, so. The Finnish Pounder. All right, guys. It's showtime. Flying Tacos Beastmen. I'll answer more 40K questions in between games. It is time. I do think 40K would translate very well into Total War. I really do think it would. All right, guys. Here we are on the front line. The Flying Taco coming in with Bestigor Herds. Herds, or just a Bestigor Herd. He does also have the Butchers of Kalkengard. A pretty good choice against Empire. Silver Shields against Pistoliers and Handgunners and Crossbows. Regeneration. Good AP against the Knights and, the Meme Tank even. So pretty good choice there. Now, in the back, he does also have a Beast Lord. So the Beast Lord coming in, there is also going to be a Bray Shaman with the Lore of Shadows. Going to be dropping some of that hard shadow magic. He's got a couple spears in the front line. On the flank, Gorherds with shields, flanked by Centaurs with great weapons. So he has like 2 massive kind of pincers. He's going to be coming in on the flanks with these 2 kind of Vanguard forces. Centaurs with great weapons, very good against Empire. Good against the Empire Knights, Reichsguard. Good against Beam Tanks. Good against Great Swords and Infantry. I mean, they're a solid choice. But for the leadership, he does have a Beast Lord plus a Bray Shaman with Shadows. That's going to be it for Flying Taco. Now, for the Great Pounder, the man, the myth, the legend. He does have Free Company Militia, a Meme Tank on the high ground. Now, one of the few matchups in which the Meme Tank can be okay is the Beastmen. He does also have Spearmen with shields, 2 Great Swords in reserve, a couple crossbows, halberds, and it looks like there's going to be some Demogryph Knights with halberds backed up by the Archlector. So very cool, very heroic Empire build, but, I always cheer for the Beastmen and the Empire, so certainly going to be a fun matchup between these 2 underdog factions. And in the back, he does have a Light Wizard with Barona's Time Warp, Phos Protection, and the Nets of Amnatok. So this battle is underway, guys. This battle is underway. Let us see how this goes. And there's going to be some light skirmishing. Pistoliers are going to be kiting back. They eventually will probably be caught by Chaos Warhounds with poison. 95 speed against 90. So, yeah, he's got to be careful with these. If they kite too far back, they're going to get caught by those hounds eventually. Granted, they might be able to wear them down to the point they can win that fight. Free Company Militia in the front are going to be doing some skirmishing as well, shooting into the Gorherds with shields. And the Meme Tank in the back, I'm not sure what it's shooting right now. It looks like it's shooting at the Bestigors, which isn't a bad idea, getting rid of some of the heavy AP here. And it looks like the Great Swords are going to be fanning out to the flank to help defend from the onslaught. There are Razor Gore Herds as well, so I did miss some of the bacon here. So there's plenty of answers against the Great Swords with the Bestigors and other troops here. Ooh, very nice intercept here by Pounder. He's able to get a great charge. He pops the Grand Shield of Faith, which is a little bit of overkill, but he does get a nice counter charge with the Demogryph Knights onto the Hounds here on the far side of Flying Taco. Beautiful stuff right there, but it looks like the Beastmen are going to be counter-punching into the center. Maybe thinking about pulling Centaurs up and through. Oh, beautiful weaving micro there for Flying Taco. So he's probably going to be pulling in on top of the crossbows right now. Hard to say. The meme tank is just rolling dirty through this formation. Granted, it is going to get fully surrounded by the Butchers of Kalkengard, which is not good. On the far side, the Baconators, Centaurs, and company are going to be overwhelming those greatswords. Pistoliers are still kiting backwards. Now, a good catch here, but again, it was only poison hounds. It's not like it's going to be some massively devastating catch or anything like that. And the center is getting a little bit ugly. A beautiful pendulum coming in from Flying Taco just reaves through all those halberds. Nasty, nasty stuff. And the meme tank is getting a little bit surrounded here. The Butchers of Kalkengard have a nice surround, and I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on for too long because he doesn't have healing. One of the best ways to use the meme tank is through healing. Now on the far side, the Denbergriff Knights and the Archlector are able to overwhelm the Ungor herd, so these Ungor herds are going to be pounded here, and it looks like the Empire is going to be trying to sweep through this part of the battlefield and get some value there. But the center pocket of the Empire, the greatswords, and the halberds are still holding relatively well, but for the most part, they've certainly taken some damage. The meme tank's trying. I mean, it's okay in melee combat. It does have its steam cannon and an anti-infantry bonus, but its melee defense is only 10, so this is not a good situation. And it looks like the beastmen are going to be ignoring the meme tank, actually pulling away from it. Vaz protection does get popped on it as well, which would be quite helpful, putting it up to a whopping 190 armor. But it looks like the Minotaurs are going to be charging into Denbergriff Knights, who are hit with the enfeebling foe. So the Minotaurs are going to have an okay fight here. Nets of Ammontok is going to be going down, and the meme tank is following up. It's like charging, just trying to get in there and do some work. Balance of power is relatively even, maybe a little bit in the favor of the Beastmen. The Empire still does have some decent punch with these Denbergriff Knights, who are doing some good work against the Butchers of Kalkengard, but they're also taking that damage right back. And the Beastmen have the support on the ground. They have these Bestigors, and it looks like the Halberds and other supporting troops are going to be breaking here. So man, this is some intense stuff here, guys. But it looks like the Beast Herd is breaking through with the Denbergriff Knights being pounded here. Actually, the pun was not intentional there with the name, but it just ended up happening. But the Beast Herd is able to push back the Denbergriff Knights with halberds. Those guys are going to be shreked, and it looks like it's going to be a game for the Beastmen here, as the meme tank is really just not paying its dues, and the meme tank falls. It explodes by the hand of the foul Beast Lord. He probably whipped it. Can you guys imagine, like, a Beast Lord getting there and, like, whipping a tank, and then the tank explodes? He's like, yeah, just, like, whips it, and it blows up. But anyways, guys, the Imperial forces are going to be routed here. As you can see, the onslaught of the Beastmen, their ferocity is unparalleled, and the brave Imperial forces tried their best. Archlector had some good catches, but alas, the meme tank just got caught too early, I think. And I think the Denbergriff Knights were needed in the center pocket a little bit. Like, they were needed to stop that Beastman onslaught, because on the flanks, they killed some Gore Herds, they killed some Hounds, but really it just was not worth it. They were needed in that center mass to keep those greatswords and halberds fighting. The Archlector buffs plus Eberona's Time Warp would have really made that Empire front line enough to fend off the Beastmen here, but the fact that he overloaded on the flank against some of the Beastmen chaff was what I think lost him the game. And that's going to be all she wrote. Yes. For the Bloated Corpse play, yeah, the Bloated Corpse was earlier in the event. So for anyone who wants to go back and watch that, that was in King of the Dead's game earlier. The pendulum was felt between Sigmar's legs. It was a good build, though. I honestly liked his Empire build. Even the meme tank isn't like terrible here, but it's he needed to stay a little bit tighter. I think his Archlector plus the Denbergriff Knights, though they had some good catches over there, which were good plays in their own right, they were more needed in the center against the Beastmen push. So that's going to be game one, going to the Great Taco. The Taco of Greatness. And let's jump over here. And the next map is going to be Pillar of Bone. So Pounder, Pick, and Ban. All right, guys. And it is time. The Troll Toll has been paid. And we are on the next match here. Flying Taco is currently up 1-0 here. If he takes this, he will win the series. We will find out. There shall be a reckoning. So after this, we have Zyphus and Onyage, which is going to be a lot of fun. Very excited for that. And yes, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please do drop a like. It does help out quite a bit. It gets more people involved in the multiplayer community. And it also, I'm sure it invites the Slanesh bots, which is always fun. Many grudges by that Bloated Corpse. Yeah, that Bloated Corpse had some work. He did some work, I should say. So he's going to pick Greenskins, and he bans Vampire Counts and High Elves. And it looks like Flying Taco is going to go Norska. So we have Greenskins versus Norska. A truly savage showdown between these two bestial factions. Well, I guess Norska isn't really. They just have Mammoth, so it's going to be good. How much horsepower do you think the Steam Tank has? That's a good question. Yeah, Boris is, if you're not going to bring healing, Boris is a really good choice because he's very independent. He's a strong, independent Empire Lord. A strong, independent Elector Count. Oh, man. You know, Steel Bear, I'm not really sure why that is. Why are most YouTubers from either California, New York, or Canada? I have no idea. I mean, we have pretty good internet in California and in New York, so maybe that's it. I have no idea. So this is the second series of the stream. The first one was between King of the Dead and Zero. It was a very fun series. We have this one, and we have two more after this. So we have Onyage versus Zyphos in a best of three, and then we also have A-Move Hacker and Floridian Fool as our fourth match of the day, which is going to be closing it out. So 4 best of threes. Hopefully it'll be around 2 hours. That's kind of the goal here. Remember, Skaven were the first to go into space. I suppose that is true, London Workman. I suppose that is true. What's going on, Andrew? How you doing, man? Thank you for sponsoring the channel the other day. Much appreciated. And it looks like the players are finalized in terms of their picks. Already up here letting them know that they are good to go whenever they're all set. And it is time. It is time. Yeah, maybe I'll try and get a Warhammer video this week. My Death Guard is pretty much fully painted, thanks to the work of my lovely wife and I tag teaming that. I'm working on a Black Legion army right now, which is partially painted. The cultists are done. The obliterators are almost done. A couple other things, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Lizardmen were first into space. I think in like Age of Sigmar lore, like the lizardmen somehow like end up in like floating in space after the end times or something stupid like that. Ready when you are. All right, both players are good. The Spirit of Gorg, love your streams and will continue to support you. Do what you love, so important. I'm lucky to do the same. Hope this donation finds you. Much love. Spirit of Gorg, thank you again for your perpetual support, my friend. And hopefully enjoy these battles. It's going to be good. Didn't the Skaven talk to the Eldar? Oh god. We're just getting into some deep lore right now. Hey Andrew, cheers man. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Who was your first faction Chaos? When I first got the game, I played like 10 games in a row as Chaos. Yeah, I can do that, Ninja Han. What orc vehicle should I get? So if you want to play a competitive orc army, like if you want to just get crumpier friends, what I would recommend is using like 90 orc boys. And then from there, you get the big mechs who have the zap cannons, and you just hide them behind your orc boys because they're really good anti-tank, plus they're characters. So they can't be targeted actually because of the character rule. So it's really good. And then from there, you just get a couple war bosses, some weird boys, and then you mix in, what I like to do is actually mix in a couple of the helicopters, the little haggard helicopters that are like 30 points apiece, and you just use them to kind of harass your opponent's back line and stuff. It's really fun. Yeah. So but there's so many ways to play orcs. Like honestly, there's a bunch of really competent lists. Yeah. All right, guys. Here we are in game 2 in the showdown. Flying Taco's up a game, but the Pounder, never the man to go down without a pound in here. He does have a pretty fearsome orc army. I'm really liking this army so far. Looking quite good. But anyways, for the forces of the Norskins, he's got a front line of Marauders backed up by Trolls. Oh my god, the Troll toll is being paid. Norskin Trolls across this entire backline going into the sunset. He's got 5 Trolls, a couple groups of Skinwolves as well. It looks like he has 2 groups of Skinwolves here. On top of that, he has a couple Marauder Chariots. He's got a Deathcaster up here in reserve, sort of, I guess. Yeah, but the Spirit Leech and Aspect of the Dread Knight, pretty good spells there. Marauder Chariots as well. Going to be good against the Greenskin Infantry, and it looks like Wolfric is going to be on horseback. So, guys, Flying Taco coming in with the Troll Toll advice. The massive Troll Toll, will it be paid? And for the forces of the Pounder, Morgrim's Mage and Marauders, a decent little Skirmishing Corps, Death's Creepers, pretty good standard picks here. Moon Howlers, not a bad choice. I mean, they're just kind of a backline harass tool going after hounds and going after, Marauder Hunters with throwing axes and javelins. On top of that, he has a pretty good Missile Corps. He's got Orc Airboys, Diversity Errors. On top of that, front line's going to be Night Goblins, RORs, a Giant here. But who is his Lord is the big question. Looks like it's going to be a Night Goblin War Boss, which isn't bad. He does have the Tormentor Sword, which is a very good item. So if used correctly, he can certainly do some work here. And in the back, he's got some Spider Riders to kind of deal with counter-skirmishing, Durkit Squigs to deal with infantry. It's really going to come down to dealing with the Trolls. Is the Troll Toll going to be paid or is it not? That is really the question of this game. We'll find out in the next episode. So guys, here we go. The forces are going to be advancing right here. The Greenskin, the Green Tide, pushing forward against the Troll Tide. Oh my god, this is truly a Troll Toll build. Yes. Flash your Danny DeVitos if you have access to that. There is a Danny DeVito emoji, actually. So it looks like the Depth Creeper is going to be getting some light skirmishing fire into the Trolls, which is good. Need to start working those guys down. They have, 40 armor, so they're pretty good candidates for missile fire. But the only issue for the Greenskins is their front line is not very sustainable, and I feel like the back line's going to get compromised super quick. He needs to get the Forest Goblin Spider Riders to shut down these chariots. Oh, and the Marauder chariots are going to be sweeping into the back line, getting onto the Biggins, actually, so Biggins can do pretty good against them. But the Forest Goblin Spider Riders need to get back there and shut these guys down. Chariots just swooping in there, so I don't know if Pounder was expecting that frontal assault quite like that. Death Creeper is still shooting into the Trolls. Trolls are getting worn down a little bit, but the Night Goblins in the front are getting pounded. But the Giant is certainly going to make the Trolls pay the Troll toll. He's going to be able to club a lot of those Trolls and do some very good work. Over here on the far side, Night Goblins holding as well. The Wah is kind of keeping them in the fight a little bit, but for the most part, not the best situation. Durkit Squigs are going to be sweeping into the back line to counterplay the Marauder Chariots, which is good. And it looks like a Tormentor Sword going down. Really good Tormentor Sword. Gork will fix it as well. So the Marauder Chariots here are probably done for. The Squigs should be able to finish those guys off. But the Troll Toll on the far side doing very good. They're able to kind of break through. Biggins are holding relatively well, but there's just angry Trolls everywhere. And the two Skin Wolves are able to overwhelm the flank defenses of Pounder. Forest Goblin Spider Riders are taken out. So if we take a big overhead look at the battlefield, it was a good catch here in the middle from the Pounder. The Night Goblin Squig Coppers and the Warlord here, the Night Goblin boss, were able to do some good work, but not enough actually. The Chariots were able to survive that. Here the Big Giant is actually able to beat down a lot of the Norskins in the front, so he breaks back the Norskin Trolls. So the center pocket for the Greenskins is going okay, but the flanks seem to be a little bit problematic. Granted, here the Trolls are breaking off from the focus fire from the Morgrips Mangy Marauders, and the Biggins should be able to beat down Marauders very, very easily. So it actually has turned into a game where the Greenskins are doing pretty good on this side of the battlefield, but the Norskins have completely dominated this side. But this Big Giant is going to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, Skin Wolves will be quite good against the Giant, but the Trolls are going to get terror routed and also will be taking quite a bit of damage from the Giant. So over here we have these Skin Wolves who are going to be taking a fight to these Squig Hoppers. A pretty bad matchup for these little angry goblins. They are large targets on the Squigs, and the Skin Wolves are just designed to kill these type of targets. So you can see the Werewolves are going to be pimp slapping those guys into another dimension. They're going to be running back a couple of Night Goblins and Goblins coming back to intercept and potentially help. And the War Boss is doing okay. He's able to finish off most of the Chariots here. The Giant's holding his own, but it looks like he's going to be dragged down eventually. I mean, the Trolls, just in sheer numbers, should be able to make him pay the Troll toll. It's hard to say, but yeah, he needed a little bit more mass. I think the Chariots hammering into his front line and shutting down his missiles was pretty rough. But I mean, those Trolls, I mean, you need a couple, like, man, that's definitely hard to deal with. The Biggins were a good pick. Bounce Power is still pretty even, though. It's certainly not over. Some Biggins are going to be collapsing inward, and Biggins are super good against Trolls. Forest Goblin Spider Riders are trying to collapse his flank as well. And in the center pocket, the Giant is getting a little bit of help, but a very good Spirit Leech coming down here for Flying Taco is going to be slapping the Giant here. And the Skin Wolf, which is Werewolf pack, is going to be coming in. And Wolfric actually has a fight versus the Night Goblin War Boss, who has been wrapped by a Tormentor Sword, mind you, which is quite good. Biggins piling in as well. Wolfric is going to be taking a little bit of damage. Now, in a vacuum of a duel, Wolfric will beat the brakes off a Night Goblin War Boss. But with a little bit of support, this Git should be able to do okay. And Greenskins actually win this fight over here. So the Night Goblin Big Boss here, or Night Goblin ROR, is able to win this fight. But yeah, it's just, the Giant just being taken out like this is rough. I mean, the Skin Wolves are really good against Giants as well. They have anti-large, and the Giant is lightly armored, so their lack of AP doesn't really matter. And the Giant is going to fall. The Troll Toll, the Danny DeVito beatdown squad, is able to take out the Giant, and now Pounder is going to be holding here. He's doing a good job holding. He has a nice little pocket of resistance. The Wah is going to be going off, but I just think there's too much. Wow, he was able to do a lot of damage against Wolfric, actually. Great stuff. So here we do have some Goblins coming back in. It looks like there's the Warlords boys, the Squig Hoppers are going to be trying to re-intercept. We have some Orc Air boys back online, and it looks like the Moon Howlers. Oh no, Pounder forgot about the Moon Howlers. That is really unfortunate. He could really use those guys right now, especially to chase off Trolls. Like if he's able to break Trolls and chase them off, that would be super valuable. So Pounder is going to be pulling back with the Night Goblin War Boss, trying to get an engagement against the caster here. Oh, and he gets a huge blow on that caster. The bounce power is a little bit in the favor of the Norskins right now, but again, with the Troll leadership, anything can just ebb and flow. And hopefully Pounder remembers these guys, because if they come back online, they could be chasing Trolls off and getting so much value. Man, that is really unfortunate. He forgot about those guys. It looks like the bounce of power, and he's playing very well considering he doesn't have those guys. The Norskins are holding here, but they're also getting grinded down a little bit. The Skin Wolves are getting worn down just through sheer attrition. Trolls, of course, are shaken and very, very easy to shatter. The Orc Biggins here just have accrued 3 chevrons. So these guys are doing some really good work here, and they're just going to be karate chopping everything in their path, potentially. Orc Air Boys are back online shooting. Forest Goblin Spider Rider is going to be going after Wolfric, and a bunch of angry ROR Goblins are going to be coming in with their prison shanks, jumping on top of Wolfric, and are they going to be able to drag him down, just like the Barbarian in the Gladiator in the beginning of the movie. Moon Howlers are still forgotten about. Man, that pains me. Yeah, that pains me that those guys have been forgotten. They could be counterplaying the Chariots so well and like finishing off Trolls and so many other things like that. It happens to the best of us. I forget units all the time. Skinwolves charging back in as well. The Rusty Heirs are going to be getting slapped up by Skinwolves. Biggins are hot in pursuit, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. Greenskin's putting up a very valiant fight here against the Troll Toll build, but I just don't think they have the stopping power left. I mean, the Biggins are a very good answer. Now, where's his Warlord? Does he still have the Goblin Big Boss? And on the far side, he does have the Morgrim's Manging Marauders, who he did use, I believe, to chase down or chase something off the battlefield. So those guys do need to come back here, and that's going to be it, probably. Greenskins, I think it's the point of no return. I think the Goblin War Boss or Night Goblin Big Boss did get taken out by Wolfric and company. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. The Troll Toll Taco Pounder sounds like a really bad food truck. Kind of does, doesn't it? Yeah, well played to both players. Good builds for sure. A little bit of a miss micro here, I think, cost him the game to an extent. I still think that the Norskins were probably in a state of advantage, but having the Moonhowlers to chase down those units and also give you more mass against chariots would have been invaluable for sure. So I certainly think that may have cost them the game, but otherwise it was a very well played game to both players here. But a very cool build, the Troll Toll build. It happened. And it can work. Are you not entertained? Yes. Are you not entertained? GG. Well played to both players. It was an awesome game. It was the Troll Toll build versus the Goblin Horde. Glorious stuff. Yes, good, Anakin, good. So, guys, that's going to be Flying Taco with the 2-0 here in this series. And next, we're going to have a battle between two legends in the Total War Warhammer community. We have Zyphus facing off against Onyage, which is going to be super fun to see. So we'll update the scoreboard real quickly here for this match. Let it be so. Great stuff. And now we're on the next one. It is time. GG, guys. Next match. All right. So we're getting the next players up. Zyphus. All right, so let's go ahead and invite the players here. Make sure we can find them. A lot of people play under aliases and whatnot when they're messing around, so sometimes it's a little bit tricky to find folks in here. They've been given the announcement that it's their turn, so they'll probably be joining regardless. There's the great Zyphus. And I know I have Onyage in my friends list. Oh, maybe it's just in Discord I have him. Let me double check here. All right, guys. Let me see if he's on there. All right, Onyage, I sent you a friend request just in case. We've been going for about an hour, actually. So once he accepts that, there he is. Both players have been invited. A fierce cockfight. Poolside Warhammer feels good, says Romulan Dog. Dude, that's life, brother. Yeah, Onyage says he hasn't played in a long time, but of course he was widely considered to be one of the best players out there. So it's going to be really fun to see him in action. Beg for likes for the stream. Anna. Love you, darling. So Zyphus is here. We'll put him on a classic map. We shall go to the Sword of Torgald. Oh, the bots are just going ham here today, guys. Goodness gracious. Can we have large armies, please? We prepared something. We'll need lots of space. Let's see. Well, we could. What you want to do? Onyage, the password, I direct messaged it to you on, or it's in the Discord channel. But I just DM'd it to you as well. Let's do that after your best of 3. Okay, perfect. So they have a special show match style prepared. So we're going to play the standard best of 3, and then we'll do this special game after that. Because they want to do a Bretonnian mirror match with Cav and just have like a medieval battle. Yeah. Okay. Zyphos, pick, and double ban first. Okay, so they're doing a special battle after their best of 3. And we're going to be on the Sword of Torgald. So ODM versus Onyage. ODM Zyphos versus Onyage here. It's going to be good. But after this best of 3, we're going to do the Bretonnian no magic medieval battle between these two fine gentlemen. Two classical guys, as Falcon says. Okay, so let's do no vamps of any kind. All right. He says, so Zyphos is going to go High Elves, banning Empire and Bretonnia. Grudge match it is. Don't worry, I won't play vampires, says Zyphos. Maybe he just doesn't like... I know Onyage is like a super good vampire player, so I wonder if he's going to whip him out. Anna, I can't promise that, Anna. What? Oh God, what's going on in chat? So Dark Elves versus High Elves. And Zypho says, I remember the last time we played this one. It's like watching two like former rivals meet up. This is like a Rocky movie, you know, where the two rivals come back for the second fight, but it's been like, you know, they may have been retired for a while. Although I'm pretty sure Zypho still plays quite regularly, so. What the hell is happening in chat? Oh my God, I don't even know. It's just anarchy now. Just had to find the faction, he says. All right. And now we're just starting when they're ready. It is time. Best of 3 showdown. What's happening here? Spank that like button? What? The chat's moving pretty quick, so I don't know what's going on up above. Change the graphic? Or more Wood Elf matches. Yeah, not too many Wood Elf matches. I don't think we've seen them today, but I mean, regularly, you guys see Falcon, and he often plays Wood Elves. We have Lotus Moon in our events. He's obviously an extremely good Wood Elf player. I mean, you see them quite a bit. You see them quite a bit. What, do you guys want a spanking sound? Is that what's happening here? Oh my God. Oh, the overlay, yeah. Thank you guys for reminding me. I need to fix that. Okay, so Zyphos here. And for anyone watching back after the fact, we will have timestamps to all the games. Because obviously there's a little bit of downtime when we're live and we're setting up, so... oh, I keep moving that. Okay, that should be fine. I hate when they're not like matching here. Then we got... I remember the first time we had Onyage on my channel. It was a long time ago. This might have been Warhammer 1. Oh, I'm just going to play a sound clip of it from YouTube. Lady Turin isn't here. She's in Poland right now. Yeah, the arm's okay. It's so I found out. Oh, guys, interesting news actually. Here, let's see if I can find a. Oh my god! If you YouTube spanking sounds, oh my god, there's like that gets into the real dark realm of things. But the first time we had Onyage on the channel was Warhammer 1. And I had never seen him play before because I was relatively new to the YouTube community and everything. And, people told me he was awesome. So I invited him on. And we had him against Gobbo King, And I remember Gobbo King just got like 3-0'd like so damn hard by Onyage. I was like, damn, this guy's like a beast. And Gobbo King's a super good player. Especially at that time. He was quite good. And I was like, damn, this guy is a monster. Yeah, guys, so here's what happened with my hand. I went to the... essentially, I just found out yesterday is that I was misdiagnosed for a good 7 years or so. God, since like 2011. So yeah, like almost 7 years, give or take. And basically the other doctors I'd been seeing were just assuming I had wrist tendonitis based on the symptoms. And a basic MRI wasn't able to deduce what was truly wrong. So what I needed was an MRI where they inject a dye into your wrist and then they take an MRI from there. It's like a metallic dye that like really shows the interior features of the wrist and the joint. And it turns out, don't worry, Anna, it'll happen. What's it called? What was I going to say? Yeah, so it turns out that I have, I believe, a torn ligament of some sort in my wrist. I have a tear of my TFCC and also of something else. Hang on, let me get the MRI. I have it right here. Let's see. How loud is this going to be? Oh my god. Here you go, here's the request. You guys hear that? I hope you guys heard that. Oh my god. Oh, does it sound really loud all of a sudden? Hang on a sec. I just clicked this random video on YouTube. Oh god. No, it totally was. Okay, we got to turn the sound down a little bit. It's really loud. Oh my god. Okay, so here's what I got. While Onyage and Zyphus load in, I'll read you guys the results of my my MRI. It says attenuation of TFCC articular disc with focal perforation, communicating defect and enhancement of the distal radial ulnar joint. So essentially it's saying there is at least a partial tear of the proximal lamina of the ulnar insertion of the TFCC, I think. So it's basically saying it's basically saying that, yeah, I think I have a wrist in my tear, or a tear in my wrist. Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, that's the main thing. And then the scapulate, it says there might be some light fraying of my scapulate, scapholunate. Yeah, so basically I have a tear of a ligament in my wrist, which is going to require surgery to fix. Hey, Anna, you don't, that was legitimate. Ugh. All right, guys. It is time. Here we go, guys. So this is a match between two legends. We have the High Elves who are going to be played by Zyphus, and the Dark Elves who are going to be played by Onyage, making a glorious return to the game. I don't think he's played in quite some time, but of course, it's one of those things that never truly leaves you. It is go time. So let's take a look at the Armies of Zepho. So here in the front, he's got a couple spearmen, standard stuff. Oftentimes this matchup, but neither player will kind of invest in elite infantry. It's kind of just, I mean, in the back, there's at least one group of sword masters, but for the most part, it's going to be spears on swords in the front, just kind of chaff on chaff. And the winners are going to be determined by the other assets here in the game. But we got a front line of spearmen. Secondary line is going to be one group of archers. We do have Tyrion. Now, Tyrion is a pretty powerful duelist in his own right. He does have the Heart of Avalorn as well. Sunfang quite good at roasting these type of infantry. Now, how will he do against the Dark Elf Lord? So the Dark Elves, as far as their leadership goes, where the hell is their leader? It's going to be Malekith. So Tyrion versus Malekith, perhaps in a duel. Now, Tyrion will do very good in kind of a vacuum fight. Yeah, so we'll see. He's got the Fireborn as well, and it looks like over here on the far side, we got Dragon Princes and Silver Helms. One group of Swordmasters in the back to give him a little bit of punch in the infantry fight, and he does also have an Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower and the Fireborn. So very, very cool build here by Zyphus. Well-rounded, anti-large, plenty of punch, decent anti-infantry with the Swordmasters and some of the Cav units. Good stuff. Now for the forces of Onyage. He does have a Doomfire Warlock here as well. Let's see, turns history. I know. I'm afraid of what my YouTube history will become. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, there's plenty of medical jargon in that MRI. So for Onyage, Doomfire Warlocks in the front line, he has a primary core of Bleak Swords. Bleak Swords will do fine against like basic High Elf chaff. And I mean, arguably the Spears, I mean, you can go either way really, but yeah, the Bleak Swords will do fine. Sisters of Singing Doom. Now, these are really big in this matchup. Yes, they're vulnerable against focus fire from missiles and sisters and things like that, but if they're able to catch any of the expensive High Elf Cav like the Fireborn in a rampage, and the Dark Elves can wear them down from there, that is a game-winning situation. So it's really going to come down to his play with these guys, I think. The Knights of the Ebon Claw as well, so these guys can go fisticuffs with Fireborn. It is a pretty fun fight for sure, especially with Malekith supporting with some magic. On top of that, Onyage does have a couple Cold One Knights and Witch Elves on the far side as well. So here we go. Elf on Elf fight. Two legends back. This is like that movie, what was the one I was thinking of? The one with Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro, the grudge match. It's going to be great. It is time, guys. Welcome to the showdown. For anyone just joining, this is the third best of 3 of the day. We have one more after this, and we'll be concluding the stream, so it's go time. Here we go. Zyphus is going to be squaring up here. He does have the Bolt Thrower, which is going to force the initiative of the advance on Onyage. So Onyage is going to have to come in here. He's not going to be able to sit back and determine the pacing of the battle. Zyphus is going to be taking a more defensive posture. For the most part, you can see here Onyage doesn't really have too many or any ranged elements. So really, he's just going to be trying to blitz down this High Elf army and overwhelm. Oh, that's actually not true. He has a couple Dark Riders with repeater crossbows on the far side, and he is able to get a nice ambush. He pops out of the forest and is able to shoot into the back of these Dragon Princes here, which is quite nice. Oh man, good stuff. And now, these guys could charge in and do a little bit of harass if they want to. If the Dragon Princes are pulled elsewhere, Dark Riders can kind of serve as a dual-purpose harass unit as well if they want to charge in and shut down a Bolt Thrower or something like that. And it looks like there's going to be some sort of witchcraft being cast here on the Fireborn from Malekith. And what was that? Was that a Doom Bolt, perhaps? And it looks like it was a Doom Bolt coming in from Malekith. Does he have that spell? I don't see it on his kit. Maybe he has a second caster or something. I'm not really sure where that came from. But anyways, it does hit the Fireborn and takes out a single model. Oh, Doomfire Warlocks casted that. Okay. So Doomfire Warlocks are going to be getting around the periphery, and it looks like Onyage is going to be trying to get a massive surround. Yeah, he's circling here, and probably is going to be trying to get the Dark Riders to shoot at the Fireborn, which would be quite nice. High Elf Archers are a nice, decent counter against Dark Riders. They have better range and can kind of poke them on the move. Well, the Archers can't move, but they can shoot at these guys while they're moving. And you can see the Archer play is doing good. Some nice jukes coming in from Onyage, and he is able to get a nice shutdown here. So the Archers are going to be attacked by the Dark Riders, and hopefully he's able to get those guys out quick, because they're going to get just crumped on by these Silver Helms here in a moment. But in the meantime, the Dark Elf front line is now here. You're going to see there's going to be an engagement here with the Bleak Swords into the front of these Spearmen. And on the flanks, the Doomfire Warlocks are looking for an engagement as well. Probably want to be used more as a support unit, like wait for the Fireborn to attack something and then use their Soul Blight to kind of debuff it, and then from there maybe countercharge. But the frontline fighting is underway. Witch Elves are taking a lot of Archer fire. Zyphos getting some really good focus with the Archers here. Bleak Swords are going to be taking a hammering charge from the Dragon Princes here. Is Onyage going to countercharge with the Cold One Knights? We'll find out. And it looks like the Knights of the Ebon Claw are going to be pushing right up the pipe against the Silver Helm. So he's going to be forcing a massive pit fight here. Now, this is going to be a good fight for the Knights of the Ebon Claw. This is where a Soul Blight needs to come down. The Doomfire Warlocks need to pop a Soul Blight here. Big Overcasted Earthblood is going to be incredibly nice. Gaze of Malice going down on those Archers in the back. Nice cast there by Onyage. And it looks like there's going to be some Witchcraft going down here as well. I think this is the Sword of Tyrion. Oh, beautiful cast there by Zyphos. Oh, and it eviscerates those Bleak Swords. Now, this is good. Sisters of Singing Doom, if they can come around the back and pin in this High Elf Force Head, is going to be super important, and the Doomfire Warlocks are now free to get into the back line. But more importantly, if the Witch Elves are able to get around and shut down the Fireborn and rampage them, that's going to be huge. So the Fireborn do detach from that main fight. Witch Elves are going to be countercharging them. Knights of the Ebon Claw are still in okay shape here. And Tyrion's actually taking a bit of a whooping here from Malekith. It's a very, very close fight. Aside from that, Doomfire Warlocks, Dark Riders, everyone is going to be sweeping in. And now the Fireborn have been rampaged. Doomfire Warlocks are taking a lot of damage. Fireborn are very good against those type of targets. But man, we have an intense fight right here. You can see Malekith is going to be chasing down Tyrion. He does have a Soul Stealer most likely, but Earthblood is going to be going down for the High Elves, catching the Fireborn. But this is a Dark Elf Onslaught here. This is a lot of stuff. And the rampaging Fireborn, that is not good for them. They're wavering right now. Their leadership sucks. The Word of Pain is going to be taking them down to 0 melee attack, and they're going to be getting crumped by this Dark Elf force. So Anyage with a massive blitz right here. And you can see Tyrion is also surrounded as well. Sisters of Singing Doom. If they rampage Tyrion, I think that could be game. If Tyrion gets caught here and just pinned down, that's going to be some serious trouble here for the High Elves. Now, if we look, the Fireborn are pretty much offline. I think they're trying to fall back. Are they still here, or did they break off the battlefield? It looks like the Fireborn may have broken off the battlefield here. No, there's actually a couple left. There's 10 left. But for the most part, the battle is, I mean, the High Elves have a couple powerful assets left. I mean, Tyrion's in okay shape. The Mage is still there. But I think the Dark Elves are in a bit of an advantageous position here. Malekith is going to be going for a duel against Tyrion. I don't think so. It's probably not what he wants to be doing. He needs to stay. And like I said, the Sisters of Singing Doom are everywhere. And if Tyrion gets rampaged, he hears the call of Cain, and he gets rampaged here. That is going to be pretty powerful here. So Tyrion here, going to be getting attacked by these Sisters of Singing Doom. But he's not rampaging quite yet. Oh, Malekith getting a huge punching blow here. And it looks like Anyage is pulling ahead in the Bounce of Power. Silverhelms are being chased off by Bleak Swords. A couple archers coming back online. The back line is compromised as well for Zyphus. The Bolt Thrower is still somewhat online. Tyrion is trying to Benny Hill right now. He's trying to, get around here and get that good fight. But the Dark Elves just have this massive onslaught. Doomfire Warlocks, Cold One Knights, all these guys are going to be pushing in here. The Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower also in a little bit of trouble. Man. And this might be it for this force here. I think that this is going to be game for the Dark Elves, and I think Anyage is going to be taking game 1 in this show match series here. So Cold One Knights slapping the base on this caster. A beautiful Soul Stealer going down. It's going to hit this Mage as well as Tyrion. Tyrion is going to be swarmed on by the Knights of the Ebon Claw. Cold One Knights, tons of anti-large potential. Malekith is going to be fighting as well, and Malekith is able to heal with the Soul Stealer. Now there is a chance Tyrion could get a proc of his Heart of Averlorn, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And game 1 is going to go to Anyage. The legend has returned. A very well-played match to both players. That was a fierce cockfight. Very, very decisive cat fight there, which really determined the outcome of the game, but it was really fun to watch. So guys, there you have it. There you have it. Oh man, game 1. Yeah, that cat fight was really... That flank was beautiful. Bringing the Doomfire Warlocks and the Witch Elves around the back to pin in those Fireborn and rampage them, that was really good. But both players played... Zyphos had some great hammering charges in the front with the Dragon Princes. The archers were able to do some really good focus fire on the one group of Witch Elves. And yeah, it was a good fight. It was a great fight. So that's going to be game 1 here. Let us update the scoreboard. And go to the next one. And next map, we're going to be on the... Let's do a bigger map. I'm looking for the map here. River Amazon's a good map. So now Anyage picks and bans. Finally, a revenge for Malekith. 2 bans. Malekith has only just begun. And guys, we have a donation on PayPal as well that just came in. I just saw that. From Mr. Hautziger. Thank you so much for the 50 euros. Man, thank you, dude. That is super generous. Here in the land of America, that is quite a bit more money. So thank you so much, man. That is very generous of you. I certainly appreciate the support. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this show match series between these 2 legends. So Zyphos says, I just took Tyrion for you. Yeah, I figured you would, he says. That's why I took Malekith on the Cold One as well, so they could have their glorious duel of the ages. These 2 old warriors reminiscing on the days of old. There's no beef. They just used to play each other a lot in tournaments, if I'm not mistaken. These guys seem to be good friends, as a matter of fact. Oh, man. I've only just begun. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining today. Demented Frog, holy shit. So Demented Frog and Mr. Hautziger coming in with the fat donations today. So Demented Frog with the 100, saying thanks for all the awesome content, Turin. Well, thank you for the awesome donation. God damn, man. That's really generous of you. Yeah, it's Montan. Thank you, man. Yeah, true to your word. I'm going to take you to the bank. The blood bank, Senator Trent. Man, thank you, Demented Frog. I'm guessing you like Salon, because essentially they are demented frogs. Yeah, thank you for all the awesome content. You're very welcome, man, and much more to come. So when I do probably have to get hand surgery, I'm probably going to preload videos. I'll probably have like 4 videos a week. I should be able to do that because it'll take 6 weeks in a cast, from what I understand, for the surgery. I have my appointment on Thursday to decide all that. So I should be able to kind of, who knows, maybe I'll even be able to work the mouse a little bit. Yeah, my dad was. Yes, my dad is a television actor. Man, Tamonten and Dimension Frog coming in with the steel chairs here today in today's stream. Certainly paying the troll tolls. I really appreciate it, guys. That is really generous of you guys. It's actually my birthday in a couple days too, so I'll buy myself something nice. So, oh my god, Wood Elf Mirror. I'm tempted to go Mirror, you know. So Onyage says, all right, I'll do Woodies and I'll ban Bretonia and Skaven. And Zyphus is going Mirror? Oh my god. These guys are doing a Wood Elf Mirror match. So there's a couple people in chat who are saying like, oh yeah, you know, I want to get mirror matches, but well, here you go. Oh my god. Yeah, my birthday's on July 12th. I'll probably do a stream on my birthday. So that last game was won by oh, did I update the scoreboard? Yeah, Onyage won the last one. So if he wins this, it's going to conclude the standard series, and then they're going to play their medieval show match, which we'll do on like MP Crossroads or something just ridiculous like that. Yeah, Krokar's not as good as he used to be because the Slann are just so powerful with the free spells they get, like the Banishment and the Shield. I mean, the Saurus Oldblood does well. Yeah, Krokar's still good, though. He's still competitive, for sure. Yeah. Luke Gar has been severely nerfed. Yeah. Well, not all mirrors. This could be interesting. Start when ready. I'm quite curious to see what they bring. I wonder if it's going to be like a kiting cockfight. Regardless of the outcome of this game, we still will get the medieval Bretonian battle. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back in 1 second. I return to you, my friends. And I would go to the desk camera. Steel Bear, let's add more to the glorious donation tank. Thank you for the 40 RUB rubles, I believe. Thank you so much, man. And thank you all you mods today for slaying these Slanesh bots. You guys are also, you know, unsung heroes here of the stream. Oh, and it looks like both players are ready. All right. So there's actually forests in this map, so perhaps we could get a tree Death Star. I have no idea. Oh, man. The donations are coming in harder than the bots. Fight the bots! Defend your realm! So next we have A-Move Hacker versus Floridian Fool in the next best of 3. And that should conclude today's stream. No, Ikit isn't the only one with mounts. No, Skaven have the Plague Furnaces. You can ride the basic Warlords on the Furnaces. Yeah, you can do some crazy stuff. We have another donation from Anthony on the PayPal for the $5 US. Anthony O. King Adjazal, thank you for the donation, brother. I really appreciate it. And then also Melancholic Watermelon for the Widows. Okay. It's your birthday, huh? Oh, you're saying happy birthday to me. I saw birthday. I was like, oh, it's your birthday too. Happy birthday if I missed the stream. Cheers, man. We'll do something really fun. I don't know. We'll think of something. We'll do something fun. Hey, Steel Bear, it doesn't matter, man. It's the gesture that counts, brother. It doesn't matter how much it is. Yeah, we'll think of, I don't know, what should we do? What should we do on the birthday stream, guys? Like, do you guys want to see a flash tournament? Do you guys want to see something like this where it's a bunch of show matches? Let me know what you guys would like to see. I could maybe do a quick battle stream, but I'd rather maybe just play a couple battles on my own stream. Anyways, guys, we're in the match now. It's time. Here we go. So for Zyphus, he's going to be going with the Glade Lord. Looks like a pretty standard missile build. He's got Wild Riders with shields. Oh my god. 4 Way Watchers. Dryads, War Dancers in the back. But for the most part, it's going to be like a kite and fight build. Oh man, this is going to be nasty, nasty. This is going to be a game of cat and mouse. So for Zyphus, he's got 4 Way Watchers, Spellsinger with Life, a Glade Lord with Pravenoth Rema. A little bit of a melee core in the back. He does have, 4 infantry units, and then also a couple Wild Riders as well to play that game. And for the forces of Onyage, it's like the same build. He's got like 2 War Dancers and a Dryad, so 1 more War Dancer in place of the Dryad. Wild Riders with shields. Front line's going to be Deepwood Scouts instead of Way Watchers. A Way Stalker. He does also have a Glady with the Pravenoth Rema. Up in the sky, he does also have a Spellsinger with Shadows. And over here in the forest, he's got Wild Riders and Dryads as well. So definitely a little bit of a variance in the armies. For Zyphus here, it's more Way Watcher dependent. And for Onyage, it's going to be Deepwood Scouts with a little bit more infantry quality because he does have a little bit more punch in that regard. Oh my god. Falcon says, oof, what a matchup. I'm going to go for 20 minutes. See you later. Head to head with Sparty. Treat yourself to some chariot goodness. Hom stream. Hom 3 is like, I can't figure out how to get OBS to record that properly. It's like always all haggard looking and like boxy. We'll figure something out. I'll do like a poll. Yeah, today is show matches, so players are just playing best of 3s versus their respective opponents. Zablaski in chat, a very good player himself, says, I wish I was playing versus Zyphus. My default mirror build would have shown why 4 Way Watchers are a mistake. What is it, just like 100 Wild Riders? Or maybe save it for later. Yeah, I'll think of something fun for the birthday. On my birthday, actually, there's a Warhammer tournament. Or not my birthday, but the day after. So I've asked Italian Spartacus to come play in a Warhammer tournament with me, basically for my birthday. So that's my goal right now. Lady Turin is actually out of town, so I'm going to try and guilt Spartacus into playing in a Warhammer tournament with me, because he does play 40k. And if he doesn't, then we'll lay the guilt on. Battle's underway. The forces of Zyphos going to be scooting forward here. Way Watchers. Obviously, nobody can see each other yet. These Deepwood Scouts. The Deepwood Scouts are an interesting pick. So they're sitting in the forest. The first of the volleys of the Deepwood Scouts are going to be coming out, going after the Glade Lord here, getting a little bit of fire. It looks like he is going to be using Malekith to kind of wear down those Wild Riders with shields. But, I mean, these Deepwood Scouts are going to get shreked so bad. 4 Way Watchers focusing them is going to be quite nasty. Although if he can run out of range, maybe he'll be okay. Is he going to be able to get away? He is kiting backward. Zyphos is pursuing quite heavily with a couple of groups of, or just one group of Wild Riders right here. But I think he knows it's a trap. Onyage has some Wild Riders up in the hills here. And it looks like Dryads and, just Dryads over here in the forest. So the first group of Deepwood Scouts is getting pounded relatively well. But the Deepwood Scouts are returning fire. They both have Way Watchers have 190 range. So not much damage on either side so far. As far as the Cav forces, they're going to be moving up. Dryads and company are going to be taking refuge in the forest. It's probably going to be a missile game of cat and mouse before we get really into the serious heavy hitting here. But yeah, Zyphus' forces taking control over the center part of the battlefield, but the forces of Onyage are going to be fighting from the forest. Now they do have Forest Stalker, which the hell does that even do? You don't know. They gain melee defense and accuracy while fighting in the forest. Okay, that's pretty cool. So they get an accuracy bonus. But anyways, Deepwood Scouts here definitely losing the melee exchange. You can see it's very, very heavily favoring Zyphos. The Way Watchers are just going to Pound Town for sure. Zyphos is going to be pulling in for a relatively defensive formation here. And you can see here that Onyage does come out with the Wild Riders. And these Way Watchers are just giving the business so far. They are just dominating this battle. Deepwood Scouts are going to be scooting in as well. In the back, you can see Onyage is going to be relatively conservative with his Spellsinger and his Glade Lord up in the skies. Dryads on the low ground thinking about coming in here, but they're just going to get focused down. I mean, Maybe his plan is to just run these guys out of ammunition? But yeah, the Wild Riders are now going to come up and probably just hammer these Dryads. Granted, Onyage does have some counter pursuit here, and now he's advancing out with everything. So Onyage is going to be pushing out with his main force here. Oh, but the Dryads just getting hammered by those Wild Riders. Wild Riders might be able to actually finish him, but Malekith does go off, which does slow them and do a little bit of damage. And are these Wild Riders going to get in? Oh, but Onyage with the flank! But it looks like Zyphus is ready. Oh, Pravenoth Rama, beautiful cast right there. But the other Wild Riders get a huge lancing charge into these guys. A counter charge coming in from Zyphus as well, but Onyage does get that nice charge into the Way Watchers here. And now the pressure from the rest of his force is going to be coming in. So Onyage, it looks like his Glade Lord is going to be fighting against these Wild Riders. Deepwood Scouts are going to be trying to peel those guys. And in the back, it looks like the Wild Riders of Onyage are dominated by that of those of Zyphus, because he did have a Spell Singer and some other supporting elements back here. But it looks like the advancing force is here now. We have a lot of stuff coming in, but look at this. Zyphos getting around the back with the Wild Riders. They're going to be going after these Deepwood Scouts. Deepwood Scouts definitely being dominated relatively hard this game by a lot of the Way Watcher play. But the Deepwood Scouts getting some good volleys into the preyed Wild Riders here, but it's not going to melt them quite like a Way Watcher would. There's also going to be a rear charge coming in from the Dryads, but they're probably still going to get in there and do some good work. In the back, the other group of Wild Riders is able to get back there and shut down the Deepwood Scouts of Onyage. And it looks like Zyphos' Way Watchers are in relatively good shape. Really good sweeping here with the Wild Riders. And I mean, it just seems like the forces of Onyage's Wood Elves here are just being picked apart. A really heavy charge into those guys. War Dancers are trying to get forward here and attack the Dryads. And you know, they will win versus Dryads, but look at this. Ooh, the Glade Lord also being hammered. Trying to juke these shots. There's going to need to be some fat healing here for sure. I mean, if there's a Pravenoth Rama, I don't think it's on off cooldown yet. He's juking pretty well. Onyage's doing a good job juking, but in the back, you can see he is able to stabilize his backline, relatively speaking. Just kind of swarming in and finishing off these Wild Riders, but I just don't think he has enough. His War Dancers are just being overwhelmed in the front just by sheer weight of volume. I mean, Wild Riders here, Wild Riders and Dryads and just company just kind of swarming them. His Lord's very, very low, and it looks like the Way Watchers are going to be winning out on the day. Wood Elf Mirror, the epitome of evil. So Way Watchers here shooting in. Oh, that's going to be painful. Oh, God. That Glade Lord just gets shreked. 276 HP. Good night, sweet bird princess. You're done for. The Waystalker, a pretty cool niche pick, but I think had he been more dominant in the cat and mouse game, in the archer game, maybe the Way Watcher would have been good, but in this case, he's just forced into melee. Another Pravenoth Rama is going to be coming down, melting these Wild Riders, and now it's only a matter of time before Zyphos' Wood Elves are able to clean up the Wood Elves of Onyage, which is good. I am happy this happened because now we get another game. Had it been a 2-0, we would have gone straight to the bonus match, but I think this is how it should have been. This is great, but it's also enraging me as well, says Jake. It's like, I'm enjoying this match, but I'm also triggered. That's pretty funny. The dwarf trigger, the natural. All right. 1-1 here, guys. In this best of 3. Zyphos, pick and ban. In the last map, we shall be on Alpine Ridge, a classic. We'll go back to Warhammer 1 for these guys, for the Alpine Ridge. Looks like the Wood Elves win that one. That was a good battle. The Way Watchers definitely proved why they're one of the better units in the roster. Onyage says it's been a while since I played that. And Zyphus says OP Watchers. Yeah, no, Onyage says OP Watchers changed this matchup completely. Should have just taken 5 Wild Riders, says Onyage. Yeah? Well, hey guys, at least we have another game here. That's all that's what matters. And again, guys, just want to take a moment to sincerely thank you guys for your generous donations today. It's been quite fat. As always, you guys are very supportive. So thank you guys so much. It means a lot. And also we have another one. We have another one from Mark Porter. Oh my God, a fat one. Mark Porter coming in with an erect. And my apologies for missing this, Mark, because it was during the game, so I didn't see it. But Mark, thank you for the $100 donation on PayPal. That is, goddamn. Thank you, Mark. Holy shit. Well, I will certainly be treating Lady Turin to quite a treat when she gets back. Mark, thank you, man. That's super generous. I don't know what to say. You guys are... And then another one coming in from Trevor. Trevor, thank you for the 50, man. I really appreciate it. So Trevor and Mark coming in there with more steel chairs. I am just being beaten over the back with steel chairs this entire stream, and I'm loving it. So guys, thank you so much. I'm probably going to aim for September, Gojira. Yeah. Okay, so Zyphos is going rats. He says, I'll go Skaven and ban something. Yeah, but guys, thank you so much. Trevor, Mark, you guys, my apologies for missing those during the game, but hopefully you're still here, and thank you so much for that. That is some life-changing stuff, so thank you guys. It is tied up 1-1. Hopefully you two are enjoying this. Yeah, man. So Skaven versus... and he bans Norska. So Nyaga's like, I don't play Norska, so that doesn't matter. Getting in the mind game here. So what is the yeet thing even? What is that? Can somebody who's more in tune with the youth explain what yeet is? Like YEET? What does that mean? Is it like a meme or? Best of 3 means 3 games. So you play the best of 3 matches. So like the majority wins essentially. This is life, Robin. Yes. So it's going to be Dwarves versus Skaven. Oh my god. Onyage. I hope Onyage knows how hard this matchup is now. Does he know about the DLC units? I hope he does, because if not, it's going to be really rough. Who should I support? It's like a squeal of joy, says Pipes. Yeet is strength, Kobe is dexterity. What? For yell yeet as you throw something away. Yeet is an exclamation, can be joy of accomplishment. Okay. Where does it come from, though? Somebody says I thought it was throwing something really hard. It's a stupid meme. You can find the origin on YouTube. It's just funny. Okay. Yeah, I'll look it up after this. I'm actually quite curious because it sounds like it could be funny. Onyage says Memes Inc. Okay. So be it. Oh my god, you mods you have your hands full today. Just slaying those freaking those Slanesh bots. I hope Onyage knows about the DLC and the new units because they're so good against dwarves, like the Doom players and stuff. Yeet is what Skaven yell when they charge or run away. Okay. It's a vine. Oh, okay, it's a vine. Okay, yeah. King Agizal says, thank you for the donation of the $2, man. He says, yelling yeet is like an invocation of strength. Okay, that's fair. Is it like cringy though? I feel like it's... or is it like globally accepted as funny? Ninja Hunt, I'm referring to Giant Slayers are okay. I mean, but Skaven like can just tar pit them with chaff and then run away with their flares. It's like it's okay. Got it. Thank you guys for the education lesson. I mean, I'm relatively in touch with memes, but that one I didn't. I've heard it before, but I didn't really know what it was or like where it came from. Connor Smith says, "Thanks for being my favorite YouTuber. I watch you constantly. Keep up the amazing work." I will, man. And thank you for the kind words. Finna dab yeet. I feel like I just read a different language. Yeah, I don't know if I want to yell it. Man, you guys, thank you so much for your support today. This has been quite fat. I don't have a mustache right now, and as a matter of fact, it's actually really hot in here. So normally I have a desk. So when I like am waiting, I'll pan to like, a face cam and I'll just chat with you guys. But it's really hot, so I just took my shirt off, so I'm shirtless right now. And I obviously I don't have the mustache though, so I can't show you, but I don't have it. Cringy as hell, Tamonten says. Okay, fair play. No mustache at the moment. My hair's getting pretty long though. I'm going for the Bible look, so we're going straight biblical. Okay, Gojira, got it. Dank memes. So we're going to get Dwarves vs. Skaven, a classic grudge match between these two OGs. They have wronged us. Perhaps they have. I hope the Dwarves can pull it out as well. Onyage is a super good player, so it's certainly possible, but I feel like it's a horrid matchup for the Dwarves now. However, there is a natural slope in the middle of the map, so there is some line of sight blocking, but if anything, maybe that helps the Skaven, right? The BFG new DLC, Chaos Campaign? What are you referring to, Laughing Man? Turin, the Yeet is linked in Discord. I'll check it out after this. Thank you. You know what? Maybe a mullet. You know what? I think a mullet could be in the future. No, I'm pretty sure that you're not allowed to do that. I mean, not that I would do it anyways, but I'm pretty sure like on Twitch. Yeah. A yeet cannon? Okay. Man, I'm learning a lot today. This is interesting stuff. Thank you guys for educating this old man. Well, I'm not that old yet. I'm turning 31 in a couple of days, so that's something. I've been doing YouTube for years. I think this is coming up on like almost 3 years now. 2.5, 3 years, yeah, give or take. When did I start? It would have been July of 2016, I think. Yeah, wow. Wow. I started like July, the first week of July, I think, and right when Warhammer came out in 2016. Yeah. And I talked to this, hey guys, it's Turin here, and today we're looking at a battle. Oh man, there's some Forsaken here. These Forsaken are cool. They're very fast, and you know, they hit hard. That was like my commentary in the beginning. Oh my god, it was like, it's crazy to watch that. Like going back to people's first videos on their channels and just watching the evolution. It's really just like a confidence thing, right? Enunciation. Yeah. No, there's another best of after this. And then we also have a little fun kind of showcase match these two want to do. Rafael says, for the grooming experience of the upcoming mullet, make it happen. Thank you for the 10, man. Thank you for the fat 10. Much appreciated, man. And the mullet will happen someday. Like, basically, I'm going to grow my hair out to like Jesus length. And then when I decide I want to cut it, I'll have a mullet for like a week. You know, I'll just like transition into the mullet. Oh, I'd love to do a stream with Air of Carthage. I don't hear the difference, says Fred. I was just very like slow and monotone with my commentary. I mean, most people are when they start. It's very hard to like. It's actually definitely something over time. Yeah, Janet was a bit of a natural for sure. Like he sounded consistent throughout his career, which is good. There's a very different casting style I've noticed between casters from the UK and casters from like US. No man bun for me. I just go like full Haggard Bible Jesus mode. Yeah, like just letting it flow. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, guys, let's focus back on the game here. So for the dwarves, a massive erect dwarven vanguard. We got 4 miners with blasting charges. It looks like Norgrimlings, Ironbreakers in vanguard. Massive vanguard of rangers as well. Oh my god, a thing of beauty. A Rune Lord in the back and 2 Slayers as well. So the Skaven are like, oh yeah, we're gonna, hang here and we'll have time for the dwarves to come over the hill. But the throng has been summoned. The ancestors call. And the dwarves have secured the high ground position. Now for the Skaven on the low ground, it's going to be Clan Rats in the front, Storm Vermin in the secondary line. We got Queek Headtaker, a Plague Priest with summons, as well as Doomflayers, and it looks like Rattling Guns weapon teams in the back, and double Doomflayers. So this is going to be good for the dwarves. The only issue is that those frickin' Doomflayers are going to be really tough to shut down, but he does also have 2 Gyrocopters up in the skies, which if they sit and shoot at the Doomflayers, it can be quite good. It's really going to come down to the micros. So the dwarves have conquered the hill. Queek Headtaker facing off against the Rune Lord. It is time. Oh my god, this is great. I'm so excited for this battle. These guys are true heroes. Let's hear a round of applause for Onyage and Zyphus here. Oh my god. The dwarves with a massive vanguard. I mean, honestly, this vanguard isn't bad, because he's going to be able to just unleash hell on the Jezzails and Rattling Guns teams like instantly, as long as he's aware of their presence and knows what they do. I don't know. Hopefully he's been watching a little bit so he knows what the DLC units do, because he said he hasn't played in a long time, so... Don't do it, Anakin, I have the high ground! So firstly, the Rangers are going to be unleashing torrents of fire, and immediately Zyphus is like, oh my god, and he's going to be advancing. Now, there are going to be blasting charges coming down, which will wreck Clan Rats quite heavily, but Onyage now needs to refocus his fire onto the weapons teams. They need to be shut down fast, because those guys do a lot of work. Natty Bubo Sharpshooters, they're a priority target. And it looks like the Gyrocopters are going to be coming in with some... Oh my god, Queek eating all the bombs to the face, which, not the most efficient. Are these Gyro Bombers? Oh no, they're Gyrocopters. Okay, so one Gyrocopter is going to be diving back here on the Natty Bubo Sharpshooters, and the other one's going to be getting Last Samurai, but is it going to make it in? If it makes it in, and they hold, that might be enough to shut down these Clan Rats. They're shaking, but they're holding firm. Now, the high ground fighting's underway. Rangers and company are shooting in. Ironbreakers, of course, will be pretty efficient at holding here, and the Rune Lord is going to be advancing as well. Dragonback Slayers could be a decent answer against Doom Flayers, and it looks like a Master Rune of Wrath of Ruin has been popped in those Flayers, so they certainly could be shut down. And oh, that's not good. The fact that the Rattling Guns weapons teams are back online here is really, really not good. The gyrocopters need to pull back right now, like pull back up and over the hill. I probably would use the gyrocopters to maybe shoot at the, just like kind of let the Rattling Guns like shoot at some of the chaff in the front. But yeah, anyways, the rats are advancing up the hill. Doomplayer's doing a very good job, and some summons here in the back. The Plague Monks are doing an awesome job of hunting down the Rangers. The Dwarves are holding relatively firm in the front line. They do, of course, have the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers, who are going to be quite stalwart and tough to deal with. Doomplayers are taking a little bit of work, but in total there's 2 Doomplayers here, and it looks like... Are there more Doomplayers? Ooh, are there 3 of them? That's really rough. Yeah, there's 3 Doomplayers here. Dragonback Slayers are going to be providing a decent answer against those guys. And Balance of Power is ebbing a little bit into the favor of the Skaven, simply because these weapons teams in the back are not being dealt with. The Dwarven range tools are just being shut down like so incredibly quick by the Flayers. Flayers are just really tough to deal with. It's a very hard matchup for the Dwarves nowadays, but had the Slayers maybe gotten a better rap. But anyways, there are some Moltars Raiders and some Rangers back online here. The one group of Doomplayers is relatively offline. I mean, it has 3 models. It's shaken. Maybe they're going to get pushed off here. The other group is full health, unfortunately, but the Ironbreakers are holding quite well. And the Skaven summons have got to be running their course. So perhaps the Skaven summons will give the Skaven an initial advantage, but once the battle kind of proceeds. But the Rattling Guns are just unleashing hell on these miners. That is so rough. Some gyrocopters have come back from the route here. You can see they're back in action. Could start shooting here at the Natty Bubo Sharpshooters, which would be quite a tool. And it looks like Marks by Altar is going to be casting the Doomplayers here, but that's not going to matter too much. Ironbreaker is really holding quite well. They're holding back like a massive tide of these Skaven. And there are some Rangers in the back for Onyage who've come back, and they're probably going to be able to clean up these Clan Rats off those Rangers. But it's basically kind of a bit of a Dwarven Death Star here at this point, just holding and trying to endure. Because the Skaven weapon team are going to be able to pick them apart, I think. I just think this is going to be a game for the Skaven. It's a really, really hard matchup for the Dwarves. I think the only chance he maybe had was focusing down the weapons team super quick with his missile units. Yeah, but it's so tough to deal with Doomplayers. They're really, really hard. And I don't know if Onyage is aware of those guys. Anyways, the weapons teams are going to be shooting up. Slayers are just getting mowed down, just Last Samurai style. The Dwarven Vanguard, a bold strategy for sure. But they're having a really hard time with those guys. And the Jezzails are back online now, so honestly the Skaven could simply just fall back to their guns and just shoot the Dwarves to pieces, I think. I don't think... The Ironbreakers are holding well, and as far as kills, they've racked up 50, which isn't terrible, but... yeah, I don't know, Dragonback Slayers are doing their thing as well. They're going to fight to the bitter end, but I just don't think it's enough. The Jezzails are just unleashing hell now on the Rune Lord. So that's going to be it, I think. That's going to be it. Onyage trying, for sure, with the Mass Vanguard. And honestly, the Vanguard wasn't bad. Closing the distance with the weapons teams quickly like that can be decent, but the Flayers getting into his bow line was just so destructive. Flayers are so oppressive for Dwarves. It's a really, really hard unit to deal with, for sure. So that is going to be it. Zyphus is going to take the series, and now we're going to go and do the medieval show match that these 2 fine gentlemen wanted to do. So for anyone who wanted to see mirror matches, you're getting your taste of it. So well played to both these players. It was an interesting build, and it had potential, but just I think maybe the Gyrocopter should have stayed back and gotten the Brimstone guns just to shoot at the Doomplayers. Because man, those weapons teams just trash can them. That was brutal. GG. It's a hard matchup. Okay. So next, guys, we're gonna do the showcase match. These 2 had a special treat prepared for you guys. So we're gonna do MP Crossroads. And they wanted to do large armies. So, Bretonnia, Civil War. So guys, it is time. And Yage says, well, sir, I lay down the gauntlet. He says, holy moly. So guys, what we're doing right now is a Bretonnia Civil War match. No magic, pure, it's Total War Warhammer Medieval. That's what you guys are seeing right now. It's going to be trebuchets, bows, and swords. It's it. It's going to be great. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it. We have another donation coming in from Eric Yunkin for $20. Eric, thank you so much, man. On the PayPal, I saw that come through. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream and all its goodness. And hopefully you're enjoying these show matches here. Eric, thank you again. I really appreciate it, man. Well, this is going to be interesting. A very cat and mouse game going back to the vanilla mechanics of Warhammer. Put the funds to 12,400. Yeah, large is 12.4. Total War Medieval Warhammer 2. You want the funds to custom? Okay. Or else large armies doubles it. Okay, got it. Here we go. Medieval 2 flashbacks. There will be flying horses. Better not be any hippos or pegasi. We'll see. We'll see, guys. Quite an interesting treat. Getting to see something a little bit different, which is always fun. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Oh, Laughing Man, you were talking about Gothic. Okay. Probably not. I prefer PvP. I don't enjoy campaign stuff too much, so I probably wouldn't. If anybody ever wants to understand my philosophy on gaming, just read the short story, The Most Dangerous Game. That's like so essentially in The Most Dangerous Game, there's like an eccentric psychotic individual who lives on an island, essentially. I believe it's an island. It's been a long time since I read it, but he like kind of articulates how like hunting inferior prey, aka the AI, right, in Warhammer, any other games, like it doesn't satisfy his it doesn't tickle his pickle. So basically, he hunts the most dangerous game, which is a human, an intelligent, a thinking rival. So that's kind of my philosophy with gaming. I mean, I enjoy playing against the computer occasionally in some games, but for the most part, I like playing against other players. It's like it makes for such an intense, exciting experience for me. But I still do enjoy the campaign in Total War Warhammer for sure. Like every now and then. There were hippogriffs and Pegasus in medieval times. Ah, yes. Variable, thank you, man. Most Dangerous Game is like, yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic. I got to read that in high school, which was pretty cool. We had some good curriculum in high school. I got to read The Odyssey. I got to read Most Dangerous Game. To be honest, Nick, it just doesn't interest me too much. It's a good game. I prefer multiplayer and PvP. So, and with my hand problems, I have a limited amount of time I can play. So, oh my god, this is just anarchy. So we have a Bretonnian lord facing off against a Bretonnian lord. So they're doing like straight up like just medieval. So if you guys want to see what like medieval Total War would look like, this is it. The AP literature, the drama, the trauma. Flying Taco had some really good games today. All right. So, so guys, this is a medieval showdown. No legendary lords. Nothing fantasy based. I mean, what are these knights? Knights of the Realm, Knights Errant. There's literally nothing with magic in either of these armies. In the front line, it's going to be men at arms, and the reserves are going to be men at arms with shields. We have a field trebuchets. We have a lord. We have Knights Errant, and we have Knights of the Realm on the flanks, flanked by peasants. And for the forces of Zyphus, his front line is going to be wider. He's got men at arms, mixing in battle pilgrims as well. So he does have superior infantry, but he does not have trebuchets. So Knights of the Realm in the back here, Knights of the Realm, and he has a couple Knights Errant as well. So armies are pretty similar, of course, but there are trebuchets for Onyage, plus he does also have peasant mobs on the flanks, a cheaper infantry corps at the cost of more, firepower in the back, and also he does have some mounted yeomen. So this is going to be interesting, guys. This is going to be very interesting. If only the map was balanced. Oh, it's very balanced. That's why I picked it. I wanted to be as asymmetrical, or not as symmetrical as possible. So Tech, we're doing a Total War Warhammer medieval battle where it's Bretonnia with no magic, no fantasy elements. Just, it's literally like playing old school Warhammer or old school Total War. The Dark Lord, All Master of Sotek, arise. Okay, I better plug in my laptop after this game. Yes, pipes is correct. This is going to be wild as hell. I mean, really, I wonder how much value the trebuchets are going to generate, because that's what Onyage... Oh, do they both have trebs? No. Zyphos is just going balls deep. He's the aggressor. So, I mean, in terms of thematics... Oh, he's doing the Game of Thrones defense. He's putting the trebuchets in the front line. Classic Game of Thrones defense. We'll see how this works. Medieval tactics going on here. Oh my god, this is going to be fun. I'm actually excited for this. I was a little bit on the fence about it. I was like, I'd rather watch regular battles, but this is going to be very interesting. Zyphos says charge with a Z at the end. Oh my god. We need a Medieval 2 general speech. I mean, here come the first trebuchet blasts. They're going to be unloading into battle pilgrims. So that's the thing. Onyage's infantry quality is definitely less than that of Zyphos, because instead of getting battle pilgrims or foot squires, he invested in field trebuchets. Oh no, but he's going to be pulling past the trebuchets now, and the armies are going to be advancing. Oh my god, this is just... And what's cool is that the banners are like... It's pretty easy to tell these apart right now. Pretty easy to tell these guys apart. So the Lord is going to be surging forward here, shouting a challenge to his foes across the lake here. Medieval, cue the general speech. A lot of knights coming in. Man, this is so micro-intensive. There's so much to micro in these armies. Trebuchet is getting a little bit of value, but I'm a little bit concerned here for Onyage. I don't think they're getting that much value. They're shooting in against the knights and just missing horribly. And aside from that, Zyphos does have superior troop quality. In terms of knights, they're relatively even. So a lot of it is going to come down to the knight play. I'm going to be casting from a little bit higher up so you guys can see what's happening, because casting close up here, I mean, this is just a massive... So a big cav hammer charge coming in. Knights Errant are going to be hammering the front line. Over here we have the same thing. The Knights of the Realm are going to be taking an intercepting charge against these Knights of the Realm with Zyphos. We have our first fight over here, but there is Bretonnian supporting infantry here for Zyphos. Now back on the other side, you can see the fight is on as well. Peasants are going to be taking that initial charge as Knights of the Realm do hammer downward, down this formation, getting a little bit of work against these guys. So far, some cockfighting on the flanks. Onyage overextending a little bit with these Knights Errant into spears. So Zyphos could easily turn around right there and fight. He does also have his Lord, so there's a little bit of give and take there. And the Lord for Onyage is on foot. Oh, no, he's not. He's on horseback. So he's going to be charging in as well. And it's so just tricky to tell what's going on here. Over here, it looks like Zyphos is going to be pulling back and maybe trying to loop up and around with this force, but he is able to chase off some Knights of the Realm for Onyage. Now, the backline is unprotected. There are a couple troops in reserve here. Some Knights Errant and company. Trebuchet still firing in against the blobs. And it looks like Onyage's forces are taking a bit of a hammering on both flanks. Now, the center fighting, let's take a look. So here in the center, the men-at-arms for Onyage are holding quite firm. And Onyage is able to win the center fight. So he basically sacrificed the flanks for the center victory. But now it looks like Onyage is going to be pulling back these Knights of the Realm, trying to get more of a defensive posture going, as Zyphos is able to secure the wide flanks here in the battle. And man, just a massive cav fight going on. But you can see this cav fight is more heavily dominated by Onyage as well. So his infantry that have now won the center are kind of fanning out. Granted, the battle pilgrims have also done quite well. I mean, if Zyphos is able to get anything up and around here and maybe just shut down these trebuchets, that is going to be a huge value train. So Knights of the Realm for Onyage pulling back and playing very defensively, going to be countercharging into these Knights of the Realm. And it's going to be a classic medieval fight here. Let's see how this battle's going. It's a little bit hard to tell these guys apart, but the Bretonnian Civil War is on. It is happening. Let's take a big look at the battlefield so you guys can kind of take toll of what's happening here. Field trebuchets are continuing to shoot in. There are a couple supporting men-at-arms and Knights Errant who are going to be defending those guys. This part of the battlefield, it looks like Onyage's forces have held. No, they're actually getting pushed back. And Zyphos did have some Knights of the Realm that he had in kind of a deep reserve here. And now they're going to be hammering into these Knights Errant most likely, and probably going to be coming in to clean up the field trebuchets. So Onyage does have some Knights Errant still fighting, but it looks like Zyphos is in a dominating position on this part of the battlefield, actually. Zyphos' force on this flank has been collapsed, and now his trebuchet is going to be following up in suit. Now, on this side of the battlefield, if we look around, you can see there are some battle pilgrims for Zyphos, and Onyage has some men-at-arms. He has some Knights Errant and company who are going to be trying to chase these guys off the battlefield. Yeah, he's done pretty well on this side. It's still, I would say, a slight advantage here for Zyphos. He is able to sweep that field trebuchet, which is a bit of a value train. That is about, 600, 700 gold, which is going to be quite nice. So, yeah, a little something going on here, guys. Field trebuchet here, still firing, but it's only a matter of time before the Knights of Zyphos' Bretonnia are going to be hammering in here and finishing these guys off. The Lord of Zyphos' Bretonnia as well is leading a charge with his brave soldiers. The Battle Pilgrim is really making a difference in that front line. So here comes the charging into trebuchets. These guys are going to get hammered in. So definitely brutal stuff right there. So let us go back up and take a look again. So if we look on the far side of the battlefield, it's mostly Zyphos chasing off Onyage's forces here on the kind of the central western part of the battlefield. And then if we go to the true center, it has devolved into a bit of a pit fight with an even balance of power. Knights Errant are fighting. They have a lord here. A lot of men-at-arms here for Onyage are doing quite well for themselves. But once this massive reinforcing army for Zyphos comes in, I feel like this center pocket here for Onyage is going to be in a little bit of trouble. And there's some Knights of the Realm coming around. I mean, maybe a countercharge here could do some good work for him, but the bounce power is slightly ebbing into the favor of Zyphos' Bretonnia, but oh man, I don't know. It's a close battle for sure. Very, very grindy. And that countercharge right there is able to kind of lend some aid against these Knights of the Realm, and perhaps it will help. So Onyage is forming a bit of a pocket right here. So if you see, there's a couple troops right here that are starting to kind of form up, and he does also have some men-at-arms holding, but now you can see the infantry, the superior infantry, the battle pilgrims here, are going to be collapsing inward. And this is kind of Onyage's last pocket. He doesn't really have too much aside from that. Some Knights of the Realm coming back here, some loose men-at-arms here, trying their best, but the trebuchets really just didn't pay for themselves. And you can see here that Onyage is going to be trying to sneak these field trebuchets. I mean, if they can kind of fly under the radar, and sneak back onto their trebuchet in the late game, that's going to be quite good. But Zyphus has so much stuff over here. He has pretty much a full health group of battle pilgrims. And I don't know if the Game of Thrones tactic worked out, but he did advance past the trebuchets, whereas in Game of Thrones they did not. So it was certainly a little bit more of a valid tactic there. So Onyage's forces fighting the good fight, but it looks like Zyphus has a massive numbers advantage here. Onyage is going to be charging in as well with his Knights of the Realm, just both players just throwing all the spaghetti at the walls. A couple Men-at-Arms coming back from Onyage. A nice little charge right here from Zyphus into these Men-at-Arms is certainly going to be able to collapse those guys. And the Trebuchet crew is in a lot of trouble. Granted, these Mounted Yeomen, not going to be able to fight the Battle Pilgrim, so it's going to be a little bit tough in that respect. So it looks like the bounce of power is going to be ebbing into the favor, slowly flowing into the favor of Zyphus. You can do the balance of power in terms of troops. It's 666 troops to 537 for the forces of Onyage. Both players are losing troops at a relatively steady and even rate at this point, but I would say that the forces of Zyphus are still in that advantageous state, able to win this center pocket fight. So now Zyphus has forced him back, and Onyage is going to have to regroup his forces somehow and form a bit of a second bastion. Now, there's no magic in this battle. There's no fantasy elements, really, aside from maybe the upside-down shield on the Battle Pilgrims. But, I mean, I guess people could do that IRL as well. So, yeah, the trebuchets just really, I think, were the big thing. Zyphus had better troop quality in the front because there was no investment into the trebs. And the trebs got like maybe 40, 50 kills, but even still, I think the troop quality made a big difference in the frontline fight. Plus, the cav fights on the flanks went pretty well. So, the brave Lord of Onyage is going to be fighting on the flanks here. He is about to be fully surrounded. However, his Knights of the Realm and Yeomen come in for a hammering charge against Zyphus' cav, getting a good engagement here. Now, if Zyphus' Lord, could potentially go down to Onyage's, maybe that would be a way back in. But for the most part, it's looking like this battle is going to be going in the favor of Zyphus. I just don't think Onyage has any way back in here. I just don't think he does. And it's probably going to be it in a matter of seconds here. Not seconds, but probably in about a minute or two. But yeah, there's a last stand, but yeah, Zyphus has so many troops left. Like the Bretonnian infantry, his infantry quality, like I said, very, very strong. Honestly, the cav game here for Onyage isn't bad. He still has a couple troops left that could cause some disruption on the battlefield, but look at this. Pretty much a full health group of Battle Pilgrims. They're going to Shrek off these field trebuchet crews real quick, and the rest of the forces are going to collapse inward. And yeah, I think it's only a matter of time before these Mounted Yeomen and these other troops do start to collapse here. Knights of the Realm holding quite valiantly for their Lord. And we do have a Lord duel. Zyphus' Lord actually losing the duel to Onyage's Lord. So Onyage's Bretonnian Lord, a brave hero of the people, is going to be holding, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. For, well, I don't know if it would be for the Lady, I guess if they're playing the medieval variant, but no. Bad Windows auto updater. I was trying to update my laptop, but I caught it before it could shut down chat. That's right. So from here, it's only a matter of time. The rest of the Bretonnian forces sweeping in. Onyage throwing the last of his reserves in here. A couple brave peasants in the distance, going to be watching with their hands over their eyes, shielding the sun as they watch this glorious conflict, but it's not going to be enough. Onyage actually gets a mass break somehow. What the hell? What's happening here? So a lot of these forces for Zyphus are breaking off. That Bretonnian Lord is just a monster. He's a man on a mission, but the Battle Pilgrim surging in is going to be too much, I think. Some Men-at-Arms coming back in. We have 31 for Onyage here. The classic sandwich. Yeah, it's been a well-fought cockfight, for sure. But it just goes to show why casting Total War Warhammer battles like that with different races is a lot easier to cast and a lot more pleasant to watch, because it is very hard to follow. I mean, I do my best to kind of keep track of everything, but it's very, very difficult in that respect. So Men-at-Arms here are going to be breaking. There are some haggard knights over here who are going to be chasing off these Knights of the Realm. So Onyage with a nice chase right here. Some peasants here. I mean, maybe if there was Treb crews, but I don't think there is. I mean, a Trebuchet crew could actually do a lot against this blob here. Onyage's not going to give up, though. It looks like he's going to be trying. He's going to be trying to rally some peasants somewhere. I mean, the full health group of Battle Pilgrims is the biggest problem. Those guys are just so healthy. 86 models, and are they even tired? Yeah, they're exhausted. They've been marching around this entire game. Knights of the Realm getting a nice little chase right there, able to polish off those last Knights of the Realm there. Is there anything left here? I don't think so. I do not think so, my friends. So now we have the final Lord duel. Zyphus' Lord actually takes a bit of a beating there from Onyage's. I mean, if Onyage could snipe this Lord, there is a chance. There is a chance, maybe. That would be the stuff of legends for sure, but I don't think Zyphus is going to let that happen. You can see he's re-rallying his forces to go finish off the peasant mobs here. Onyage is going to be he's trying to get his forces together. He's trying to get these peasant mobs like united with the Lord and some of these cav units. And we'll see what happens. I know, win-win for everyone for sure. The more peasants die, the less mouths the Bretonnians have to feed. The thing about that is that's a two-edged sword, because the peasants are the ones who work the field. So if you don't have enough peasants to work the fields and the agriculture, then the lords will starve. So you do need the peasants. Although there must be a lot of them, I'm not really sure. Anyways, peasant mobs are going to be surging forward. Onyage does get a nice little charge over here into these very tattered battle pilgrims and spearmen at arms. Zyphus has to be careful, though. He can't really afford to charge out. You know, he has to... Yeah, he's trying to get his forces together. He does have some Knights of the Realm over here, a group of 3. But he's getting ready for this last fight. Rally all the clans. Rally all the clans, indeed. So, here it comes. Here comes the showdown. The magic is indeed happening. The magic is in you. And here come the Knights of the Realm. The final charge. Rohirrim coming in with a hammering charge against these battle pilgrims. A nice charge right there. Probably going to break those guys. Peasant mobs for Onyage are going to be pulling back. I mean, there is a chance. It's very slim, though. It's very slim. And, yeah, he's going to have to fight. I'll let him know. I mean, we do have King Cup's rules. Both players must attack. I mean, he could have... Yeah. So we'll let him know both players must attack here. Like, the peasant mobs can't. You're eventually going to have to fight. Alright, here come the Knights. The Bretonnian Lord is going to be surging in. Cycle charging is okay as long as, you know, so the other units are fighting as well. Oh no, I got to plug in the laptop. It's died. Hang on 1 second, guys. I can't see chat if the laptop's off. Come on. Here we go. And a massive rout here for the forces of Zyphos. These guys are looking a little bit beat up here. And you can see Onyage's Lord is just circling like a shark, just looking for the Lord of Zyphos. And I don't know, is Zyphos going to be able to stop that? This Bretonnian Lord might be able to get that. Remember, guys, this is obviously a more casual showcase, so we're going to be a little bit more lax in some of the tournament rules and things like that. But here, you can see the Lord is able to get a charge there. Knights of the Realm do charge in there. Are these battle pilgrims going to break? Man, they have like 51 HP, and those guys are still going. Knights of the Realm are just trying to get on that Bretonnian Lord. Is he going to get caught? Is Onyage's Lord going to be able to catch him? Oh my god, this battle is ridiculous. Peasant mobs in the distance did fight and break, which is pretty standard. And now he's just on the hunt. Now he's just like spam clicking. Just trying to get that damage in. If he could break that Lord, that would be incredibly huge. These Knights of the Realm generating a lot of value. And but they're going to be wavering and breaking themselves now. And it looks like Zyphos' Lord is able to cackle and get away. He does have... He's like... Zyphos' Lord is like the mustache twirling, like evil cackling Lord, you know? Like running away from the hero here. You're like, you'll never get me. Fight my minions. You know, like one of those guys. So the Bretonnian Lord here for Onyage is getting a little bit worn down. He has exhausted himself, and there's just a tide of peasants and unwashed filth poking and prodding him. So at about 2,000 HP. What Zyphos will probably do at this point is get up and around the back and try and break his leadership. We're going to see. That could be quite good. Make sure the... Okay, I'm just getting chat back up now. And we'll refresh. And that's going to be it. You can't catch Robert. That Zyphos says you can't catch Robert. Oh my god. Well, that was something. That was something, all right. So what a battle. A very medieval battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. The Benny Hill was never more fitting. Zyphos says that was fun. GG's. All right, so let's hear a big round of applause for Zyphos and Onyage. Onyage, of course, said he hasn't played for quite some time, so welcome him back to action. Hopefully we'll be seeing him in some tournaments and all that stuff. And Onyage saying the treb's not worth it. Absolutely true, brother. That is 100% the case. So, well played to you guys. Well played, well played. And let me go ahead and get the next... Zyphos' Lord is like a typical medieval 2 French Lord, says someone in chat. So A move plus as a French, so Onyage says, as a Frenchman, he had to run away, you know. With so many units, so micro-intensive, says Zyphos. Yeah, but these guys are certainly up to the task of it. Indeed, these two fine warriors saluting each other here as we go forward. Yeah, it's hard to watch. Okay, next player's in. Gotta make room. GG, guys. All right, guys. Yeah, no, I hear you, Simon. Zyphos says, great for the games. Cheers. And now it is time for the A-Move Hacker versus the Floridian Fool. for our final best of 3 of the day, which is going to be back to standard type battles, I'm sure. And Floridian Fool's ready. He's just rearing and ready to go here. And A-Move Hacker does lag a little bit. Hopefully he's not lagging too bad today. I'm keeping an eye on you, buddy. You gotta upgrade your internet. But hopefully there won't be too much lag here in these final battles. So we'll fight on this map here. Is A-Move Hacker still here? I'm looking for him. I think he's playing under a different name, so. All right, guys, we're wrapping it up here with our final best of 3 of the day, which is going to be a show match between these 2 fine gentlemen. So, Florida, pick and ban 2 races. I should just DM Florida. He loves dwarves, ban them. What's up, Zeus? All right, so, 1 second here. I actually almost just switched back to the desk, and you guys would just see my sweaty shirtless form. I am so glad I did not click that button. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to change these. Okay. Floridian Fool. I assume he is from Florida. And let us update the scoreboard. And he's going to be facing off against A-Move. I'll just put A-Move for short. That was a really fun series we just had. All right, great. Scoot that over a little bit. No, no. Okay, looks good. I keep legs. There we go. So he bans Wood Elves and Dwarves, and it looks like he's picking Norska. So he has banned the Dwarves of A-Move. You can't ban the same faction twice in a row, so eventually he will get to play it, but... the memeiest Lord is probably like Helman Gorst, yeah. It's pretty hard to root against him. Yeah, and Yage, you played great, man. You played great. The Skaven have such... They've wrecked dwarves now. It's so hard to win that matchup, man. It's like a hard counter, basically. The Doom players are just so good against Dawi. They're like small enough to hide amongst infantry almost. A-Move Phillips taking Lizardmen. Floridian Fool's Rats. Okay. Skaven versus Lizardmen. A fun matchup. Here we go. Oh, let me sit back and do some stretches. Grimgor is pretty memey for sure, just because he's terrible though. But like Helman Gorst is not only terrible, but he's ridiculous. Warzog is good though. You can't. I feel like it's hard to be a meme and be good. You know? Yeah, his dance is pretty sweet though, for sure. His dance is pretty good. Yeah. Looks like the thumbnail didn't update. I hate when that happens. I think I forgot to change the thumbnail on the flagellant shirt. Tatsumi, yeah. Tatsumi, anate wa Nihonjin desu ka? Grimgor has some okay niches. Not really. No, Grimgor is terrible, guys. Don't listen to the propaganda. He's always bad. You're always gimping yourself if you pick Grimgor compared to other lords. Yeah, I think we're going to do 2 bans for the ECL finals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Raphael, we're going to switch that. Also, thank you for sponsoring the channel, man. Floridian Fool taking his time with his picks here. Grimgor and 2 Giants versus Vampire counts. I mean, but Azag's just like always better. It's just like... Yes, that was Japanese, Jake Wu. I speak a little bit of Japanese. Wicked D. Yeah, you missed all the broken stuff, yeah. Here we go, guys. Game 1 between Floridian Fool and A-Move Hacker. At least Helman Gorst has some utility. Yeah, Helman at least like can cast spells and drain like has Mortis Engine and Corpse Cart built in. Like he can be situationally okay. But like Grimgor's never good. He's always a If you gave Grimgor like a really powerful bound ability that was like an AoE ability for his melee, or like really he could like buff nearby troops like heavily with like a aura that gave like plus like 15 melee attack or something insane, like he could be good. Like he needs like some sort of a activated ability like an effigy to like pin his like intimidating roar, right, where he like freezes everyone around him like a tormentor sort effect. Then Grimgor could be good. Hey Bjorn, everything's good, man. Just streaming. Life is good. Bjorn the Fell-Handed. Hope you and your Spaceful friends are doing well. Hi. Sugoshi Nihongo Hanishimasu. I used to Nihongo o Benkyou shimashita high school. Yeah. I can speak a little bit of Japanese. Enough to like get around and have conversations that are really simple. Yeah, but no, Grimgor's terrible, guys. There's no like I challenge you to play against a player of equal skill and like win. Like it's always, I mean, you still can, but you're going to have to outplay them in so many other ways. Yeah. Yeah, at my high school, they were either like you can learn Spanish or you can learn Japanese or Latin, and I just like I can't roll R's to save my life. I may learn Spanish someday, but it was really hard for me. Like back then, I just couldn't roll my R's very well, and I had trouble grasping the language. But Japanese came fairly easily, so I was just like, oh, let's just do this. I don't even, yeah. Oh, I'm sure most of chat can speak multiple languages. Most people in Europe speak at least like 2 languages or 3. Whereas like in America, most people just speak 1. I mean, in California, a lot of people, yeah, every European in chat. Yeah, exactly. That's like when Anna kind of introduced me to that. Jake Wu can speak Cantonese. Cantonese, Chinese, Mandarin, very difficult stuff. Very difficult stuff. Yeah, I will, JR Murder. I will. Do I speak Reichspiel? I do not. I think probably Sotek does. The thing is, I don't even really like anime. I mean, I liked Dragon Ball Z when I was young. That was really badass. Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball Z. I used to love that show. Like, I followed all that stuff. I watched, when I was really young, like a kiddo, I used to rent Fist of the North Star from the Blockbuster in town. It was a local. It was Ojai Video. Yeah. That was the one where the omae wa shinderu. Nani? That's where that comes from. I've never been to Japan. All right, guys, let's take a look at the build. So for the Skaven, Floridian Fool, Clan Rats with Spears. He does also have Big Papa Skrulk with blades, Blessed with Filth, and Vermintide. On top of that, he does also have the Teethbreakers, a fat gun line. So 2 Jezzails, Teethbreakers, and it looks like Council Guard in the back, Blight Scab's Plague Pack. So going fairly elite, a defensive gun line, which is always fun to watch. Warp Lightning Cannon, Clan Rats, and it looks like is it going to be Ikid Zap? No, it's just going to be regular. So my only concern for this army, it's going to be quite good against elite armies, but against narrow or wide armies that have like swarms, it's going to have a lot of trouble protecting all of these assets here. So pretty cool little force. And for the forces of A-Move Hacker, we got a bunch of skinks in the forest, a massive onslaught of Saurus, oh god, and skink cohorts and Cav, Cold One Riders. We got the Salamanders in the back, the Umbral Tide, and we do also have the Saurus Old Blood. Yeah. Omae wa shinderu. Nani? That's a meme that always makes me laugh. So the Jezzails are opening up here. They're going to be shooting into the skink cohorts. Probably want to switch their fire onto the feral beasts here. Like, he needs to... If this Skaven army wants a chance of winning, it needs to just snipe the Saurus Old Blood. It needs to just put him down. Because otherwise, like... He's going to lose the long game. Like, the Saurus, like, will beat down his front line eventually. The Skinks will swarm his guns. He does not have ample defense on the flanks. If you look at his flank defense, he has some Skaven slaves with spears and, like, some clan rats. But aside from that, like, the dinosaurs are going to have a numbers advantage here. They're just going to be going deep in this army and just swarming. Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, for anyone who's wondering, Nani means what in Japanese? So, like, the guy, what he's saying, he's like, you're already dead. And the guy's like, what? And then he gets killed, basically. It's the meme. It's pretty funny. So the Warp Lightning Cannons are shooting downtown, still going after the Saurus Old Blood, the most inaccurate Skaven of all time, or either that or A-Move Hacker just has the jukes of the gods. The Helpit Abomination does surge forward, looking for some opportunities, but the cohorts of Sotek are actually the ones who end up getting a bit of a beating there. And the Teethbreakers are going to be unloading into these skink cohorts. I mean, honestly, like, A-Move Hacker doesn't even need to engage here with his big guys. He could just, like, swarm with the rest of his army, and then just, like, pull back through the forest and then engage from there. Because, like, oh, the Rattling Guns weapons team opening up shop. The Teethbreakers pounding That Saurus Old Blood just pounding. Brutal stuff. Oh man, taking so much work. So the frontline fight's underway. Clan Rats will eventually lose to the cohort of Sotek, but this firepower here is doing really good. The Amulet of Itzel has been popped. A great pop right there. 66% damage reduction. And it looks like these Salamanders are now going to be getting focused down by the Warp Lightning Cannon. And they've actually taken 4 casualties, so pretty good stuff there from the Skaven. But now, this is where the battle starts to go for the Dinos. When the massive just onslaught of pressure from the flanks, we have Skinks, we have Saurus, and he does have reserves. I mean, he does have the Plague Pack, he's got some Clan Rats, I mean, but it's just going to be too hard to defend all these guys. The Summon Manscore is going to be dropping on the Teethbreakers, which is going to be counter-attacked here by this massive Hell Pit Abomination. The Cav are coming around the back, and A-Move Hackers, Cold One Riders are just going to be going balls deep into these Jezzails. So they're just not going to be having a good time as they're just rode down by dinosaurs and all sorts of nasty pressure. Plague Pack doing a good job cleaning up the Skink cohorts. I think at this point, now that the backline is so heavily compromised, oh, look at that. And he pulls the Spears to intercept, but then A-Move Hacker with a fat ambush out of the forest here. These Cold One Riders are going to be attacking the Warp Lightning Cannon, and that is going to be the buttering of the bread. So if we look in the main fight, there is a Hell Pit doing its thing, taking a little bit of damage. The Council Guard are going to be quite good. I think at this point, he's gotten some okay damage on the big targets. The Salamanders have taken a bit of damage. The Saurus Old Blood's, taken a fair amount as well. I think what you do if you are Floridian Fool is you get your Blight Scab's Plague Pack, you pull back and form a Death Star. You use the Anti-Large from the Halberds and the Demagoguery from the Plague Pack to give leadership to your troops, and you just try and hold. On top of that, he's also almost sniped out the Skink Priest. It looks like he was able to get a little bit of firepower there, and some of his Jezzails are back online. Balance of power is in the favor of the Dinos, but that's largely due to the fact that there is a Summoned Manticore, which will be disappearing here in a moment. Actually, yes, and it's gone. So now it's going to be Hell Pit Abomination trying to fight off this Feral Carnosaur, but there is another Manticore which was summoned who's going to be attacking here, and Big Papa Carnosaur is going to be rushing out of the forest, just coming for that Skaven booty right here. He's going to be feasting on this Hell Pit for sure. The Council Guard are great though. This inclusion of the Council Guard here is really, really good. It's going to help a lot in this anti-large fight. Blessed with Filth has also gone down, and if the Hell Pit can fall back on top of the Halberds a little bit better, it's going to be quite good, but the Salamander's doing their fire damage. Oh man, they're going to rip this guy up. I mean, the Hell Pit Abomination's already weak to fire. Is he going to get too horrible to die? That could be something that could get him back in the game here. Is he? Oh, and he gets steel chaired by the Carnosaur in the back. Just broken. Just straight up Bane Batman broken on his leg there. Just beautiful stuff. Now, Floridian Fool is doing well in the center pocket. He does have a couple of Council Guard who are poking this Saurus Old Blood down. Skrulk Daddy's holding, and the Summoned Manticore is rapidly dissipating. So there is some hope. He needs to get the Plague Pack. He was leaving them over here, I believe, to fight some of these Skinks, and the Skinks have pulled back. So now he needs to get the Plague Pack and pull them back into the center fight. This is really kind of the epicenter and the most important moment of the battle. Now, this Feral Carnosaur is going down, actually, against the poking of the Council Guard. They're doing really good with Skrulk support. The Summoned Manticore is gone, and look at that. The bounce power actually does ebb back. So it looks like Rod of Corruption is going to be going down as well. Warlock Engineer does not have the Mortis Engine effect, so that's a little bit of a misplay there. He should always have that Warp Shard armor, but nonetheless, it looks like Floridian Fool is holding pretty well here. You can see his rats are holding in, but there's so many Saurs back here. The Plague Pack is going to be able to get a fair amount of kills, which is good. The suplex is the best animation. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, the Hell Pit did get torn to pieces by that T-Rex. Now look at this, guys. There are some filthy Skaven rats coming out of the forest, so there's some Jezzails coming back in. Now, if they can open up... Oh, if Floridian Fool's paying attention, and these Jezzails can finish off that Saurus Old Blood, that could be huge. That could be potentially game-winning, but the T-Rex sees him. The T-Rex is like, not in my house. And he's going to be jumping over here and just jumping all over those Jezzails. So suddenly the rats are going to be squealing and running, I'm sure. But great pick there by A-Move Hacker. Had those rats gotten back online and finished off the Lord, that could have been something that could have gotten the rats back in the game here, because I think they have been at a perpetual state of disadvantage. Plague Pack is still grinding it out here pretty well, but this is a risky play. I don't know why he's sending in the Saurus Old Blood in here. If the Saurus Old Blood fights the Plague Pack, who is immune to psychology, they're going to be able to do a ton of damage. He is contaminated now? No, that's actually the Plague Rash from the cast. But the Council Guard is still holding on. Skrulk Daddy's in okay shape, fighting against Saurus and company. A very, very even battle here between these two players. Plague Pack is still just going to be fighting out with Saurus. And A-Move knows he can't be fighting there. He cannot be just going against those guys. Jezzails are getting chased off by the T-Rex, so A-Move clearly knows that these guys are certainly a threat. And back in the front line, the Council Guard are holding. They're going to be getting their anti-large against the Cold One Knights. Skrulk is fighting against Saurus, which isn't the best for him, but he does have 45 melee defense. He's not a slouch. And I wonder if Skrulk does have Liber Bubonicus. I have to think that he probably did use that against probably the Saurus Old Blood earlier, and that's how he is almost finished off here. But the Plague Pack is being worn down just through attrition at this point. I mean, they still have 118 kills, so they're doing very well for themselves. But I just don't see how the Skaven can win this. I feel like there's too many dinosaurs here. A nice little rat summon there is going to be helpful. Ooh, be careful with this Saurus Old Blood, dude. If Skrulk gets one attack on you and the Council Guard get a couple pokes, that's going to be it. So look at this. I mean, you can see he's going down rather quickly. I'm sure Floridian blesses with Filth, which is going to imbue poison on all of his guys. Oh, this is a scary situation, dude. He tries to get away. He's getting away, but he's taking those little shanks with every step. The Council Guard doing a very good job of kind of poking him down. He's actually wavering now. The other T-Rex is going to be jumping in. Skrulk he's holding his own with his Council Guard. Council Guard are a must in just so many matchups here. This is a good fight. It is a really, really good fight. And are the Council Guard going to be able to hold? We will find out. Lord Skrulk is there. He should probably turn around and fight. His contamination would be quite helpful. Rod of Corruption is going to be slapping the base, hitting a couple of these units, but it looks like he pulls out. Oh, he's trying to get the Skink Priest. So he should have stayed there for the Rod of Corruption, but he's not going to catch that little skink. Little bastards are pretty quick. And the Plague Pack has done okay, cleaning up scraps on the flank, but they're pretty much done for. They have about 1,000 HP, very worn down. Salamander is shooting in at Skrulk. Council Guard are pretty much the last bastion of hope here. And Skrulk is going to be dropping another summon. But the Dinosaur leadership is very beat up here. I mean, this guy's 438. Feral Carnosaur, I believe, is hiding in the trees somewhere. He's probably just waiting out the battle, but they should honestly just come finish off the Plague Pack. This Plague Pack's doing really good. I mean, they've actually been able to mincemeat these Saurus and also break through these Skinks. And if they can actually break both of those, that would be incredibly nice. But the Saurus Old Blood is charging in. Oh, he might break on the charge. The Plague Pack actually is pretty scary. I mean, if they get one hat, no, but they just break on contact. Okay, so this Skaven Pocket is pretty much done for. But now we're back into the main fight here. You can see the Floridian Fool does have his Skrulk Daddy here. Still going strong. Council Guard are holding. He has some Summon Rats, which are going to be disappearing soon. But it looks like the Dinosaurs might be able to pull this game out simply because the Skaven Summons will be disappearing. And all he has is the Council Guard. So there was a couple little things that could have won the game for both players. But I think that Skrulk is just going to be swarmed now. A Rod of Corruption could be incredibly useful. I don't know how many summons he has left. If Skrulk can beat down this Feral Carnosaur somehow. Council Guard are just outmanned at this point, though. They're just fully surrounded. Yeah, this is a really good game. Are they going to be able to hold is the question. Probably not. They only have 27 models. Their HP is getting rather low. A Rod of Corruption would be so clutch. And Skrulk does not have his Breath Attack. And does he have a Liber Bubonicus? I doubt it, because most people would have used it, you know, at this point. He has a Blightscap's Plague Pack coming back, and it looks like, what else does he have? I think that's it. So the Rats are holding, 23 of these bad boys going to the bitter end. Skrulk, of course, is a pretty good combatant here. Bounce of Power is still somewhat even, which is nuts. Skrulk's a beastly combatant, too. He's no slouch. He's not going to go quietly into the good night. The Sotek Swarm, yeah. It is. There's a couple skinks in there, but for the most part, it's a Saurus Swarm, but I mean, I guess they're all for Sotek, right? The Hell Pit just got beaten down earlier, though. He tried, but he was outgunned. There was, like, you know, the Feral Carnosaurs plus the big T-Rex. And it looks like the other T-Rex is going to be jumping in here. Council Guard are going to be giving Skrulk that Guardian while they draw breath, but not for much longer. If Skrulk gets Terror Routed, it's pretty much game over. Is he immune to Psychology? I can't remember. It's been a while. I don't think he is. When his Frenzy's active. Yeah, okay, so if his Frenzy's active, I believe he is. So Feral Carnosaur is charging in. Oh, Rod of Corruption, the fatness coming down. That's going to hit everything. That's really good. It's going to hit the Saurus. It doesn't do much damage against single entities, but it's quite good against, like, infantry blobs. Yeah, this is good. Hits everything. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Despite that, the lizards give the ceremonial surround, and it's only a matter of time before Skrulk breaks. Oh my god, if Skrulk won this, that would be pretty insane. And the other Saurus Old Blood, I think, is resting in the forest. Or no, he's chasing off the rats, which is good. He needs to make sure he does that. You should see this T-Rex in the distance, like, rah, just fighting rats. Salamanders are going to be attacking melee, which is a good choice. Their shock impact will probably be enough to maybe break Skrulk. He's shaking right now, so any sort of pressure. Oh my god, he's creating room. He's like cycling in troops as they get tired. It's like the Roman legionnaire tactics. When the front line gets tired, you exchange them. I think that was Roman tactics. I'm not too much on history, but that's going to be it. So game one, going to A-Move Hacker in a very close cockfight. Great series between those two players. Awesome stuff. And again, mods, thank you so much for smiting those bots. Go Toronto Raptors. What? Oh, that's pretty funny. And with that, the Floridian Fool put up a great fight. But alas, the dinos were able to overwhelm him. Now, my only critiques of Florida's build, I think it's a great build. Number one, more Dissension on the Warlock Engineer. Number two, just honestly cut the Jezzails. Like, you only want to have like 2 missile pieces tops, in my opinion. So I would probably cut like either the two Jezzails, and if you want to keep the Warp Lightning Cannon, you can. But most Lizardmen will swarm you. You need to have more of a Death Star style of play against them, in my opinion. But that was the Serpent Gods. Yes, indeed. GG. So A-Move, pick, and ban. And the next map we shall be... Pillar of Bone. The Skaven held on strong. I must say, they did a pretty good job today. Roasted rats on a stick. Indeed. All part of the Horn Rat's master plan. It was a good build. Just a couple minor tweaks, and I think Flirty and Fool could have been in a very good position. Like, if you cut the 2 Jezzails and get, like, 2 Rat Ogres, and then just play, like, super defensively, and then, like, all you need is 1 piece of equipment to force them in. So Flirty and Fool can't play Skaven twice in a row. He needs to switch here. I'll make sure he knows that. But I'm sure A-Move banned his dwarf counters. So Lore Master of Sotek, when your stream gets to one of the higher echelons, like, so basically if you go to YouTube's top streams, I think, like, if you get, like, over 400 or 500, you're usually in, like, the top bracket. So the bots just go troll those streams, and they just, yeah, that's how it works. Bjorn the Fellhanded says, so I caught you in the start of the Lost Battle. I was wondering, what is your favorite Loyalist chapter in 40k? Loyalist chapter. God. What do you think about that? It's a tricky one. It's all about the legions. A legion is so much cooler than a chapter. He says he forgot the item on the Warlock. No problem, dude. So he picks dwarves and he bans high elves. Okay. So Florida picks now. My favorite chapter. So what do we have? Ultramarines, we have Dark Angels, we have Blood Angels. Probably, I mean, I don't know if they're a chapter, but I would have to say probably Deathwatch or Grey Knights. Like, if I were to play a Space Marine chapter, I would probably play Deathwatch or Grey Knights. I mean, I don't think they're even chapters, though. Grey Knights are like an order, right? And then Deathwatch is like a amalgamation of a bunch of different ones. Yeah, so I don't know. Salamander's really cool for sure. But yeah, Deathwatch and Grey Knights would be my favorite. I don't know if that answers your question, though. Oh, pre-heresy? Oh, pre-heresy. I really like Thousand Suns pre-heresy. Like, they were badass. Like, the book Thousand Suns, the novel, and Horus Heresy is super good. Alpha Legion's pretty cool for sure. Yeah, you have Nathaniel Garrow, yeah. Yeah. Well, the Black Templars aren't a legion. They're a chapter, yeah. Grey Knights, yeah. Grey Knights would probably be... I think they're so cool. Just like these badass, like, Paladin Demon Slayers. Come on. Yeah, I really like Deathwatch, though. All right, Greenskins versus Dwarves in a classic grudge match. Are the Dwarves going to get their first victory of the day? Yeah, I love the idea of Deathwatch. It's so cool. There's just like these like super gnarly threats, and you just get an elite team of like badass Deathwatch kill team dudes, and just go in there. Like, it's so cool. Yeah. But the legions I play in tabletop mostly, I play Death Guard and I play Black Legion. I'm actually ordering myself an Abaddon, a commissioned Abaddon for my birthday. So, my favorite Primarch outside of Mortarion. I mean, Mortarion in terms of his story was cool and all, but like he's not like Mortarion post heresy. Like when he's a demon Primarch, he's pretty heavy metal. Like he's my favorite model. Like I play him a lot in tabletop. Let's see. I'm a fan of That's a tough question, man. Perturabo's kind of like a meme. Jagatai Khan is pretty cool. Just like the bikers, just like, and he's like a super badass warrior. Jagatai Khan and Mortarion have a really cool duel actually in one of the novels, like when the heresy breaks out. Let's see. Who else do I like a lot? Yeah, no, I follow the lore loosely. Like, I know about the fall of Cadia and the Black Sun Fortress and Abaddon's Crusade and the Dark Imperium. I know a bit. I know about the Council of Nicaea and how the Horus Heresy unfolds. I know the lore relatively well. Not like great. I can't answer obscure questions, but big plot points I know for the most part. Conrad Kurz is pretty freaking heavy metal. Like the Night Lords. Oh, how could I forget the Night Lords? Night Lords are so goddamn cool. Just like the Metallica Marines, just with riding the lightning logos on them. Oh, they're so cool. You know, Sanguinius is cool and all, but I'm not a fan of like the Jesus parable, like how like they're just like, you know, oh, let us drink the blood of Sanguinius, and oh God, oh, like I don't like the imagery of the blood angels so much. Like they're cool about like how they just charge in with hammers and axes and chain swords and destroy people, but yeah, I've never been like a huge like the edge, the kind of the angel with the dark side, right? Like it's I do know Nathaniel Garrow, yeah. I mean, but Blood Angels are cool for sure. They're really cool in tabletop. Their chapter trait is really good. The Red Thirst and yeah. Anyways, guys, I could go on all day talking about 40k stuff. Yeah, I really do like Conrad Kurz. He's really cool. He's really cool. Italian Spartacus turned me on to him. Mortarian's pretty cool as well. I mean, Magnus is fun too. Magnus is a cool Primarch. Yeah, he's in the book. He's pretty neat. You know, I like Ahriman a lot in the Thousand Suns in the first book, but I haven't read the books of him when he's like already, you know, a heretical being. Space Wolves are alright. I feel like they're a little vanilla for me, but I do like the Space Wolves a lot. I think they're cool. I mean, Space Vikings, how can you not like that? Alright, guys. It's time. Potentially the last match of the day, unless Floridian Fool can come in with an upset. So the front line's going to be Orc Boys. An interesting choice against Dwarves. He does also have Squig Herds. A couple nasty Skulkers on the flank. The Rustiers up in the front. Maybe looking to get some poking before the battle starts. So Skulkers and Skulkers are on the flanks. Skulkers and the Goblins everywhere. Just mass Vanguard trolling. He has 2 Black Orcs, which is a good choice. Squig Herds, an Orc Shaman with Foot of Gork and Fist of Gork. And of course, we get Grimgor Ironhide. Of course we do. Yeah. Here we go. Grimgor Ironhide. The man, the myth, the legend. Is he going to take it? And for the Force of Amu Packer, we got 2 Bugman's Rangers, a massive Gyrocopter force. Oh my god. These builds are so haggard. Oh my god. So he's got 4 Gyros. He's got 2 Bugman's Rangers. And then just the haggardest of haggard Death Stars. The Peak 8 Guard, Norgimling's Ironbreakers. Just disgusting Rune Lord box. Oh god. This is such a just... Ugh. Here we go. Meme Gore. He's here. I don't know. I think the Dwarves are probably going to take this one. There's not enough black orcs. You need like 3 or 4 of those guys. I mean, he gets... Oh, he has Foot of Gork, actually. A Foot of Gork could end the Dwarves if they blob. So Bugman's Rangers are going to scoot out here. Skulkers are in ambush position, so they can come here. And I'm sure Floridian Fool's like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? Oh, God, I have that icy hot rub, and I just rubbed my eye. Oh, fuck, that's not good. Oh, no. Okay. I may struggle a little bit. I'm going to push through it for you guys. Oh, eyes watering. Nasty Skulkers here are going to be compromised. And these guys, potentially, they might break, though, before they get in there. Negative 17. I mean, they're taking... The steam cannons do a lot of work here. And are they going to get into combat? They do when they stabilize. That's really, really good for the Goblins here. No, they break at the last second. They got a little bit of damage. But the rest of the Goblins are coming out. Oh, the Goblins are back in town. Here we go. No, don't send those Night Goblins in. Don't. It's a trap. It's a trap. Don't do it. No. Anyways, he might be able to catch these guys. I'm not sure why he sent those Night Goblins in ahead of their friends here. They're literally going to do like 10 damage to those Ironbreakers. Drop your Smoke Bomb. He needs to drop that Smoke Bomb, try and trap those guys down. The Steam Cannon's doing a really good job at just pounding these Goblins here. -1 leadership. He's wavering. Yeah, Anna did warn me. But then when she left, I forgot. It's pretty late in Poland, but... Yeah, you can see the Squig Herds are going to be surging in. Goblins tried their best. Grimgor. Now you guys get to see glorious Grimgor in action. How the hell did Grimgor take damage? What has hurt Grimgor? Maybe some of the archer fire? The Squiggers have gotten an okay engagement, but the Dragonback Slayers are here. Now, this is where the Orc Boys and other troops need to just jump in there and start fighting the Slayers. That is kind of the optimal engagement here. Squig Herd's going to be just going in there, but they're going to be sweeping around trying to get on the Rangers. I mean, these are kind of freebies, right? You have a couple guys out here on the edge of the battlefield. Might as well just go for the Rangers and stuff like that. I might be able to blind cast this game. Maybe. No, I'm not going to do it. All right, so you can see the Orc Boys here are going to be sweeping up the hill. Dragonback Slayers, I mean, nice little catch there in the Bugman's Rangers. But so far, the Dwarves are certainly in a state of advantage. I mean, the Bugman's Rangers, some of them may be left behind. No doubt we left behind. But the Squigs and the Steam Cannon's doing pretty good. Grimgor, I just don't even know how he's taking damage. I just have no idea. He's trying. Oh, it looks like the gyrocopter with the brimstone guns are just shooting him. This Grimgor is just such shit. He's so freaking... Oh, the Foot of Gork! Oh, why did that not do more damage? It might have been an off-cast. Oh, man, I was really excited for that. Guys, look, Grimgor's doing stuff. Look, he's doing stuff. Like, man, I can't tell you how many times I brought Grimgor just to entertain people on the channel, like, for videos and stuff, and then I just, like, angrily lose. I'm just like, oh, God, Grimgor! It's so common. So Rusty Arrows in the back are doing good work against gyrocopters here, but now the main fighting's underway. Black Orcs certainly have their work cut out for them. And you can see there's going to be some Night Goblins coming around the flank here. And I mean, if Grimgor, I mean, maybe he can chop through these guys. Come on, Grimgor. Memes should do 100% more AP damage. I agree. So probably saving up for another Foot of Gork is going to be your best bet here. And just like trying to Foot of Gork. Oh, God, this would be such a good Foot of Gork. If it's off cooldown and you're listening, Floridian Fool, even though you're not supposed to, you should Foot of Gork this. Right here, just a fat Foot of Gork on those Norgrimlings. That could potentially get you back in the game. Now, Grimgor is going to be chopping these Ironbreakers. The Brimstone guns are just sitting on Grimgor. Just all day, just blasting them in the face. The boy's having problems. Come on, give us that Foot of Gork. The people demand it. More Goblins surging around. Black Orcs getting us around. I mean, there's some aspects of this fight that are actually going quite well for the Greenskins. But Grimby getting that low. I mean, if he can keep hiding amongst his Orc boys, he's going to take less damage. But if he runs into open field, the Brimstone guns will be able to shoot him more efficiently. Now, if we look around, Gyrocopters are starting to run out of ammo. I guess they're at about 40%. Grimgor, no. No, don't go in open field. No. No, Grimgor. He's last samuraiing. He's charging the Gyrocopters in an act of defiance. It's like Platoon. Well, not really, because he's not running from them. If he was, like, running from it. No, it's kind of like Platoon. No, it's not really. Yeah, anyways. Oh, Foot of Gork! And it was a decent contact. The Ironbreakers were able to kind of dodge it at the last second there. But, you know, this man is a true hero, trying to win with Grimgor and Foot of Gork against Dwarves. Foot of Gork can be situationally decent. But the Ironbreakers are getting worn down a little bit. You can see there are 55 models here. These ones are at 79. Black Orcs, of course, very good against Ironbreakers. In the back, we have more Black Orcs just kind of trundling and chasing about. Dragonback Slayer is getting worn down as well. And really, the only reason why the Greenskins are in a bad situation right now is because of Grimgor. If there was, like, another Greenskin Lord, for example, like, let's say, Azag on, like, his flying mount, or, you know, Wurzog, who's able to kind of run away from these things and maneuver better, and also the Bonewood Staff procs in the front line fight, I think the Greenskins would be in okay shape. But in this case, just without a Lord, they're leaderless. Greenskins aren't a faction that want to be fighting without their Lord. It's going to be really hard for them to endure, so they're trying their hearts out. He tried. So here we go. We got some Orc Shaman in the back, going to probably be trying to get on that Rune Lord. That's going to be one of his saving graces. PK card are very low. Dragback Slayers are also quite low. It's really just the Norgrimlings Ironbreakers, but now it's going to be time. That's going to be it. And that's it. That is it. Honestly, though, like, Greenskins, like, have a really good matchup versus Dwarves, and had he brought, like, a standard Greenskin build, like, I think he probably could have been able to take this build relatively well. But what he brought just was not equipped. I mean, Grimgor is just too much of a meme. It literally cripples you in many ways. It's a shame, too. He should be cool. A very good Rune of Wrath and Rune going down there from A-Move. He's going to be turning with Bugman's Rangers to unleash torrents of fire into these guys. And he's trying. He's trying. Greenskins do have a rallying force here. Grimgor is he still around? Or did he just get last samurai? Oh, here he is. Look, we found Grimgor. He's like, oh, he's the biggest, and he's just like laying face down in the dirt. Just being blasted by Dwarven Gyrocopters. And that's it. I don't think there's any saving this battle for the Greenskins. They're trying their hearts out, but a couple decent catches for sure. The ambushes on the Bugmans with the Goblins wasn't bad. But just, yeah, a couple composition things, a couple tactical choices as well. Could have maybe been a little bit better, like some cycle charging and whatnot with the Squigs, but yeah, they kind of got trapped up. We have some Orc Boys in the back. Easily going to be cleaned up by Ironbreakers and a Rune Lord. No problem there. Norgrimlings are just like coming over their blasting charges. And here we go. That is it. Yeah, Grimgor's just, he's just bad. Yeah, it really does cost you quite a bit when you bring him. I really wish he was good, but like, you know, if you're a really good player, you can win with Grimgor, but it's always going to put you at a disadvantage for sure. So typically, anytime you see me win with Grimgor on the channel, it's typically against a player that I'm better, much better than. I do view replays. If you go to my About section of my YouTube channel, you can send me replays there, and I will gladly cast those. Grimgor has actually received several buffs, but none of them have helped. They've just buffed his HP and his mass, and like he needs other things. It's not And it's not like a substantial buff. He got like 300 or 400 HP, I think. It's not like, crazy. Yeah, he got pounded by the brimstone guns. Yeah, any sort of I'll show before the stream's over. I'll show you guys a greenskin build that would be quite good against dwarves. I mean, yeah, I have enough videos on that. Actually, it's probably fine for now. I eat a ton of meat, John. I do. To answer your question, so guys, that's going to be it for today. A-Move Hacker, the man, coming in with a Dawi victory. I know a lot of you guys wanted that, and it has been delivered against the meme hordes of Grimgor Ironhide. And guys, I almost switched back to the desk again, but then I remembered I'm not wearing a shirt. So we're just going to stay here. That's it, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. GG to the A-Move Hacker here. So I just want to sincerely thank you guys for all joining today. It's been a pleasure to cast. I look forward to seeing all of you guys on my birthday stream on July 12th. It's going to be a fun day. So 3 days from now. So I think, what is it? Yeah, okay. So it'll be towards the end of the week. Yeah, July 12th, we'll probably be starting at 11 or 12 noon. I'll think of something really fun, and it'll be a good time. It'll be a competitive in essence, but yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So I just want to go through the donations as well. We had a lot of very generous donations today. Magnum Knights with the 5, Raphael with the 10, King Adizal, Melancholic Watermelon with another 10, Steel Bear with the 40 rubles, Demented Frog with a fat erect $100 donation, Spirit of Gorg with the 5, Daniel with the 50 SEK, Maxwell Merrick with a 5, Temonten with 50 here, and we'll get to the PayPal donations as well. Thank you so much, man. Pipes with the 2, Samuel Gross with the 1, and 2 new members, Joey B and Raphael T. And then over on PayPal, we have a donation from Eric Yunkin with the 20 USD. Thank you so much, Eric. Trevor Opris with the 50 USD. Hot damn. And Mr. Hautziger with another fat donation to Monten. On PayPal, Anthony Orlikoff and Mark Porter with another fat, erect $100 donation. God damn, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to go rest the pause. And Monten closing it out. Yeah, that 50, man. That's very generous. I know, we need the cheesy general speeches. That'd be really fun. Guys, thank you so much. We do share a birthday, Jack. It's going to be a great day. We shall celebrate together, perhaps, if you're around. And you guys are awesome, as always. Stay tuned. Got some exciting stuff on the horizon. Eternal Challenger League Grand Finals of Season 2 are going to be August 10th and 11th, so you guys can mark your calendars. I'll be making an announcement video soon, but you guys get your kind of a early access peek. So August 10th and 11th. Simon Benjamin closing out the stream with a 5. Thank you, Simon. Hopefully you enjoyed even the medieval battle that we had earlier. Oh, man. And so we have the ECL finals on August 10th and 11th. And then after that, I'm probably going to be getting my hand surgery, most likely in September. Not sure when, but at some point after that, we're going to be starting our World Cup series, which is going to be a certain amount of players from each country. And we're going to have streams that's like Team USA versus Team Russia, China versus Korea, Poland versus, France, Spain versus, Mexico, like any country that we can get, a fair amount of good players from. We're going to get the best of the best and have a really fun World Cup series. Team UK facing off against, US. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, guys, thanks so much for joining again. I'm signing out for now, and we will see you guys in a couple days. Yeah, it's going to be good. Cheers, brothers.